9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in. This is your Friday Night Live podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a music.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. Hey, you better watch your mouth now.
I am a lady.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt you. Better say it with your chest. Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
La, 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 la. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
What's happening, people?
What's good, what's good?
How you doing? I see Mr. Fletcher has shown up. What's going on, Mr. Fletcher? Toombs County in the building, the one everyone has been waiting for. It's go time. Yes.
Amazing. I need Toombs County front and center next week.
That's right. They'll be here. And
okay.
Right.
I like Toombs over Savannah Christian. I do.
Me
well,
too.
don't worry. From what I feel and what I understand, it's gonna be on the pick'ems tomorrow.
You would.
What's going on, Mr. Farley? How you doing? TCC checking in.
What's going on, Obadiah?
What's going on? Robert Ruru Brown Sr., welcome to the podcast. Savannah Christian in the building Friday. Can't get here any faster. I know that's right. What's going on, Nick Fletcher? He said he is not going anywhere. What's going on, Mr. McDaniel? We're having a great day. Glad all is well. Nick has a question for you guys. He wants to know how your weekend was. Hey, Mr. Wizard.
My weekend was pretty good. The Peach County Trojans won. Locked their region down. My Atlanta Falcons took over sole possession of first place in the NFC South.
Woo-hoo.
Bulldogs didn't play this week, but they're back on top after last week's win. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
And
not to mention the Cowboys, the Saints, and Tampa Bay lost.
Woo!
And guess what? Georgia beat the bye week.
Yeah,
they did.
Well, how was your weekend, Mike?
Man, I cannot complain. Hey, came down there, hung out with y'all on Friday night, got mad love, and I sure do appreciate it again. Saturday, let me see, being lazy, watching college football, this and that and the other bit. Sunday, watching my Falcons beat Tampa Bay, watch Dallas lose, Saints lose, and I'm back here with y'all on Monday. I'm MF good. I'm MF good. I'm MF good. That's a good weekend.
I got something that's gonna probably hurt your feelings a little bit.
Yeah. Y'all didn't ask me how my weekend was.
Oh, sorry,
you know what?
How was your weekend?
Hold on, wait, yo, sister.
Yeah.
Since I don't want to apologize
today, right? Okay.
Hold on. I felt I disrespected you on Friday, and I do apologize for that.
You're okay.
So therefore, how was your weekend?
That's fine. Sister. First of all, I'll always love you. That's what sisters and brothers do. Second of all, my weekend was great. I got to hang out with both my brothers. Well, all of my brothers, because I saw Dro too, and I saw Mo. I saw everybody. My Trojans won in great fashion, secured the region championship. Saturday, I was able to travel to Atlanta, Georgia, and watch my Fort Valley State Wildcats ruin yet another homecoming. Spellhouse Homecoming. If you've never been to Spellhouse Homecoming, y'all ought to try it out. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful event. But it's two teams you don't schedule for your homecoming: the Peach County Trojans and the Fort Valley State University Wildcats. And my Wildcats won 42-20. I didn't even, y'all, you know how you got a whole bunch of traffic. I didn't even have to go through a lot of traffic. Let me tell you what happened.
I was the good luck. Go ahead and tell the good luck story.
I just happened to pull in when the Blue Machine marching band was the buses were pulling in. And so I happened to be sandwiched, like they got off on the exit, and then another bus came up and I let them in. And then it was another guy that was with the band that came behind them. And so they started driving. And so they had to stop and talk to the police officers. And the guy got out of his car. He said, "You need somewhere to park, don't you?" I said, "I sure do." He said, "Follow me. I'm going to tell him you with the band." I said, "All right." And so I passed all of that Spellhouse traffic. I was able to park, watch my Wildcats. Sunday, I spent the day in Milledgeville with my family. It was a great weekend. So
now, with that being said, she was in traffic, complaining and worried about traffic when I called. And my good luck charm had her get in with the band.
yeah,
So,
it was
the bad news
all
that I have for my brother, real quick.
What's that?
If Luella beat Cedar Grove.
Man, can we have this conversation on Wednesday?
Now, you got to know this up front.
Okay.
If Luella beat Cedar Grove, Cedar Grove have to come to the Trojan Field first round of the playoffs.
Well, I'm not saying that's true now.
okay.
We don't know if that's true because the standings are not up to date as of yet.
It don't matter, bro. I already did the math.
So we'll see what's going on, Dro.
What's up,
What's
bro?
up,
Hey,
John?
yo, what's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing?
Man, we
Fine.
just getting on talking about our weekend, man. It was good seeing all the brothers and my sister this weekend. Only bad thing is somebody had on that pot of blue. What you say about that, Joe?
Yeah, man, like I was telling them Friday night, but on YN, but I had to keep them off, bro. He didn't know it, but I saved his life, bro. They were ready to pull the switch out on him, man. For real, bro. He was in dangerous territory rocking that blue, man.
What? I can't. Hey, I tell you what. Somebody get me a FNL podcast T-shirt, sweatshirt, and I will rock that. Until then, I'm rocking my alumni colors.
There you go.
Yeah, you do what you
Yeah,
gotta
bro.
do,
Hey,
man.
real talk though, man. You know, hey, that's your alumni. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hating on you for that. I'm just saying, bro, you was on the wrong side of time with them colors on. You know what I mean? So, hey, but look, you know people who know people, so we kept the YNs off you, bro. You know what I mean? So
And you're welcome,
it
Fact,
is
baby.
what it is.
You are welcome.
fact,
Um,
fact.
uh,
Hey, Jess,
Gio, yes, sir.
before you before you get into that, I see we got a couple of Savannah Christian folks off in the comment. You
They
know what I
do.
Mhm.
I was
mean?
gonna tell them hello.
Yeah, but no, well, yeah, telling her we ain't gonna hate, but I got something to say to them jokers later on.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes, sir. Hey, y'all make sure y'all stay on for that. What's going on, Gio? How you doing? I'm glad you on the way, Wizard. Um, he will address you when he gets on here. They say the Wizard got lucky. What's going on, Mr. Hurst from Thomas County Central? You in decaf on the clock. Oh, coffee is on the clock.
Hey,
Oh,
he said they decal. They is not full strength coffee.
that's clever. That's clever.
That's a
Um,
good one, Mr. Hurst.
Mr. McDaniel says, anytime Dallas loses, it's a great weekend. You are absolutely
Exactly,
right. It
exactly.
was a great weekend, sports
Yeah,
wise.
that did it for me, Jess. When Dallas lost,
And
it
the
put me
Saints
in a
too,
good place.
Joe.
And we beat
Huh?
Tampa.
Oh
We
yeah,
beat.
yeah. Beat Tampa. And I'm gonna tell you something else. The end to the Chicago Bears, watching
Oh,
the Commander game was awesome too.
it was
Yeah,
very
that was
good.
awesome.
But it's a little concerning to me because, well, I mean, Chicago has a great red zone defense, but the fact that they were able to get that close, it shouldn't have been that close. It shouldn't have come down to that. It really should have been 28-7, I think. And
Washington.
yeah, because I mean they were in the red zone
So many times they had to settle for field
for
goals.
field goals and they missed one of them. So that
Yeah,
was it was at least 5 times. And they
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
do anything. And then it took a Hail Mary. And I'm glad and shout out to Jaden Daniels, shout out to Caleb Williams. Proud of both of those brothers. But yeah, they gonna have to learn how to score. Um
yeah.
Mr. Fletcher, the Fort Valley State University game was great. It really was. It was a great atmosphere, and it's always great when Fort Valley State spoil somebody's homecoming. You don't schedule Fort Valley for homecoming. Not in the SIC. That's
Nah,
not what you do.
nah,
But
nah. You right about that.
they enjoyed themselves anyway. But it was a great time, and the people in Atlanta are very colorful. And when I say the people in Atlanta, I'm not talking about these transplants. I'm talking about the people from Atlanta. I'm talking about the Grady babies. They're a special kind of people, and I love them. What's going on, Elmo? We got a meeting with you next this Saturday coming up. What's going on, Mr. Murray? How you doing?
Oh,
Um,
ho. Wait a minute.
okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, let me recount something. Dallas lost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Who else lost? Who else
The
lost this
Saints.
weekend?
The Saints, Tampa Bay,
Oh, oh,
Florida
oh,
State.
oh, oh. The
Hold on,
Seminole.
we talking
Yes, they
college.
lost.
Seminoles
Yeah.
lost.
That's
Oh,
a
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
given at this point in time.
And the Gators gonna lose this weekend. Just made me think about that.
Mm,
Hey, what
yeah.
up? What's up, Nick? What's going on with you, my boy? But go ahead, Jess. I just had to jump in there right quick.
I got you. Marquis said two things he loves about Monday night: listening to the podcast and watching Monday Night Football. We appreciate that.
For sure.
Right. Nephew.
Mr. Hmm?
I would call Marquis nephew.
Oh yeah. He said, Coffee said he see them honey nut Cheerios starting early. This is gonna be a great week. Decaf and honey nut Cheerios. That's a great breakfast. What's going on, Paris? What's going on, Oscar? Did y'all see Oscar's post in the group today? He is so crazy.
Yeah, Oscar been on one late. You know what I'm saying? That was real funny, Oscar.
That was hilarious. Paris said it was good to see Thirsty last Friday. He told his dad that's a real Cedar Grove fan. Thirsty is good people. He all right.
Man,
Hey, well that hey what huh?
that dude Oscar can be a real life comedian, man.
Yeah, he crazy. I told you he
I'm
need to go
saying,
get a check.
and if y'all ever meet him in person, man, y'all will see that man is funny.
Ooh, woo.
Nah, I
That's
will
what's
say
up.
it was good meeting Paris for the first time after what 3, 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Feel like
But
you
just don't yeah. Hey, just don't call me by my government name no more. We good.
Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
Paris some cool people, man.
What's going
but
on, King
Paris,
Cornelius?
but yeah, good seeing you though, Paris.
Mm-hmm. What's
After
going
all
on?
this time.
Yeah, after all this time. I didn't see him Friday night, but I did see him Saturday. What's going on, King Cornelius? Good Mr. Harris, how you doing? Mr. Robert, how you doing? What's going on, Mr. Little? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Corey Daniels, how you doing? Perry has a big game this Friday.
uh,
Um,
let me just stop you right there. The fact that the Warner Robin Demon wet the bed last weekend, this game went from being like, oh, to uh, like it don't move the needle right now because of Warner Robins wetting the bed. Now you're talking about an in-county rivalry that has never faced each other in their existence.
that's
Um,
what's interesting to me.
but but the fact that it could have came down to a region championship, that would have had that would have made it all the bells and whistles. The fact that Perry, like the way I see it, and I think I told Dro this earlier in our conversation. If Perry lose to Warner Robins, well, the first thing Perry gonna say is, "Well, we won the region champ. We ain't want to get our players hurt." If Warner Robins lose to Perry, they're gonna say, "Oh well, y'all already won. You know, ain't nothing we can do." So, like, it just took away from it. So I blame Warner Robins for
Well,
killing this game. Like this game has been talked about for the last 3 years during the last cycle when Perry was supposed to go up and play in 5A, and it was said that Perry was running from Warner Robins, and then Warner Robins ran down to 4A just to face Perry. You know, all of that hype building up, and then Warner Robins go out and wet the bed. So
I mean,
that's
bro,
all I
they
say
they
about that.
took they totally took the steam out of this game, man.
Yes,
You
they
know what I'm
did.
saying? bro, I was like, Cole, like you said with me and you talked earlier, we were talking about some possible locations to travel to since Peach kind of should watch Monroe. It ain't worth my gas money to go down there. So I was like, so yo was like, well, one of Robin played Pier. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. One of Robin dropped the ball down there in Ware County. So yeah, it kind of took a little steam off, bro.
Mhm.
Mhm. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna head out and brave the elements and go support the Trojans. Is anybody in here from Albany? I know what the tradition is, but I need somebody to explain this to me. The
Pause,
sec-
Jet.
Go ahead.
Jet, please pause. Please pause. Please
Yes,
pause.
sir.
I forgot I had my microphone muted. Y'all are sprinkling sugar on poop and calling it chocolate. I'm gonna stop y'all right there. Warner Robins versus Perry.
Oh
I
Lord.
don't care how you spin it. Warner Robins done crap bed all season long. We don't know what version of that team we're gonna get versus Perry. We have an idea what we're gonna get versus Perry. Everybody think Perry's gonna win the game. So why y'all sugarcoating it?
Mm. Either
I'm
way,
just saying,
bro. Either way,
let's be
though.
real about it.
No, no, no. Either way, because here's the thing: Warner Robins beat Northside. Warner Robins beat
Man,
Poco. And there is a big
okay.
thing between these Warner Robins schools. I don't think Perry cares much, but Hoko has been what they call the county champs, beating all
Mhm,
the schools in Houston County. And Warner Robins had
mhm.
an opportunity to do it this year. You know, it was a lot of backstory that could have made this game just so hyped. And Warner Robins went into bed. I think they'll still go out and play. It may still be a good game, but I just think the end result is not going to be as thrilling. That's like the Joe Lewis. I'm sorry, Joe Lewis and Muhammad Ali when they 40 years old at the end of their career. You
Boy,
know
I
what I
wish you could see
mean?
me right now. Boy, I wish you could see me right now. I got my glasses on the edge of my nose, looking over the top of my glasses at you right now. But if you don't stop right there, everybody know Warner Robins ain't been right since coach left for the past 2 years. They ain't been right for the past 2 years, and they ain't gonna be
Well,
right
Yeah,
no
Well,
yeah.
they
time
made
going
the
forward.
champion. They made the championship game last year, but that was a Westbrook layover. And I meant Joe Frazier, not Joe Lewis. But moving on, that
Okay.
that,
Okay,
that game just don't hold the hype no more, bro.
it don't,
Yeah.
it
No,
don't,
it don't.
and
It don't.
it don't. And I'm telling you now, I don't even the Wizard ain't got here yet. He got his Magic 8 Ball locked up, and I can't even play with it. But I'm just going off common sense. Perry got that win.
Mm, mm,
Okay,
mm.
okay, Jeff.
All
I'm
right.
sorry for interrupting you, Jeff. I'm sorry.
It's all right, darling. It's all right. I'm glad y'all got that out. Let me go ahead and say hello. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and address these delusional Gator fans. Elmo says the Bulldogs are gonna get spanked. Mr. Little says, "Hold on, talking about my Gators. We winning by 10 this week."
And what?
What? And what?
And
You know what?
Bass Fishing
Horseshoes,
or EA Sports?
horseshoes.
He got to be
Oh,
talking about
horseshoe.
the PS5 game. He got to be talking about that.
I don't think so, but
And he playing on freshman.
yeah. So, what's going on, Mr. Map Green County checking in? Y'all have a big
Ooh,
region championship this weekend. That's
It's
gonna be
them in Lincoln County, correct?
uh-huh.
yep,
Yeah,
Man,
yep,
buddy.
I
yeah,
Uh,
bet.
buddy.
I bet that be on the pick 'em. Look at this dude. He just
I'm
want to
pretty.
make everything
I think
hard.
it
This week.
will be too if I know the Wizard.
Well, the Wizards just want everything to be hard this week.
Man, there's
Nick,
some good regional games this week.
Nick, we gonna bypass that. We not picking scabs. So I'm gonna move on. What's going on? J-Bo,
Say,
how you
Bo,
doing? Carver
J
Atlanta.
Bo, what's up, boy?
Marquis said, Mr.
Nah, forget all that. What you just said? You said J-Bo, and then you said what after that?
I said,
Carver, Atlanta. Carver, Atlanta. Okay. That was funny right there. And I got and I got a comment on that one later on in the show.
The new Carve Atlanta. Y'all don't disrespect my brother like that.
You said
Hey, I
Carver
ain't do
Atlanta, baby.
you did it, not me.
No, I meant Carver Columbus. I was talking about J-Bo. I'm sorry, J-Bo. I didn't mean to disrespect you like that. Carver Columbus is checking in. I'm sorry, and congratulations on securing the region championship this past Friday. Don't do me. Y'all gonna stop playing on my top. Marquise
Huh?
says,
We just had a conversation about that.
Bro, I just bit my damn tongue. I wanted to say something so bad. I would leave that alone.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Moving on.
Marquise,
What's going on, baby sis?
hey sis, I'm sorry, sugar. How are you?
What's up?
You doing okay?
What's up here?
She'll be back. Marquise says, you right, Marquise. He's the type of uncle that will come to your house lit and ready to turn up. And he is. King
Man,
Cornelius says,
break out the spades and the dominoes. It's on.
because he already got the liquor, baby. You ain't even got to give him none of that. He already got it with him. King
So
Cornelius,
we
he's talking about y'all. He said, y'all, basically, I'm interpreting. He said, here we go. Y'all on that bull. He said, y'all come on and get a ticket to ride the Big Perry train. And Eddie, what you saying? Big Perry. I don't want to say it like that.
hold
You
on,
know
hold on.
what killed me,
Wait
Jet?
now.
You know what killed me?
What?
All these years I've been eating on panther meat, right? You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? Just slicing up Perry fans left and right. And these joker win one state title, now everybody want to ride. Man, get out of here. Y'all, you
Hey,
better
drop.
run out.
Hey, drop.
You better run out 10 consecutive winning season first before you start talking grandiose and big like that. Put your chest in some. You better hope you
Nah.
win the state
Hey,
this year. You understand what I'm
hey,
saying?
drop.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go
drop.
ahead.
Joe, this how I
Yeah.
go. The hype train runs off of Dr. Pepper.
Everybody
I'm
on the
just
hype
saying.
train.
And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm just
The
saying they
Perry,
need to relax. You gotta relax a little bit. You know what I'm
the
saying? Listen,
Perry,
act like you don't won something before. Everybody want to
the
jump on the wet train. You just got here. You just pulled it to the station. What you want, a cookie? I mean, welcome to the table of champions. You understand what I'm saying to you? Dial it down some. See, you starting to make me root against you. You know what I'm saying? All these what you call it? What we used to get on Cedar Grove about? What we used to tell y'all all the time, Thursday? What we
Be
used to
Be
say?
humble.
humble. Be
be
humble.
Yeah, be
humble.
humble. Now he
Hey,
coming up in here sounding like Big Chris right now. You know what I'm
all I'm saying is the Perry train runs off Dr. Pepper.
He said, Eddie said, call it Big Perry. And how you doing, Eddie? Um, let's see. King says that Perry's going in for the headshot. They are not gonna lay down, and they're gonna give them what they want.
saying? Get what I'm
Perry
talking about.
said. Perry versus Warner Robinson is going to be a good atmosphere. I'm sure you'll be in the house, Paris. Nick says, I'm loving how Savannah Christian says our offensive line and defensive line is weak. They taking that personal.
Giving y'all a bulletin board, huh?
Bulletin board material sound like to me. Okay. Obadiah Scary Perry. That's what we've called to them.
For
Uh
years, for decades, for
yeah,
decades. And now
like
all of a sudden they ain't scary no more. They like Popeye when he opened a can of spinach. You know, come on, man. Like I said, run off consecutive seasons. You understand what I'm saying? Be humble at first. Though. You just got here. You just got to the table.
whew. He said, I give you some credit. Okay, yeah, they're going in to baptize. Okay. Let me see. Dwayne says that UJ isn't that strong with that suspect quarterback. And
Well,
Corey, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I ain't even got a comment to that.
Yeah. I was just reading it. Let them be delusional. You think Miami beat your butt. Corey says Perry starters probably won't play but one quarter.
I can see that.
Nick, what you talking about? You should be who playing with another man's.
I
Oh my
don't know.
goodness.
Hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. My eyes deceiving me.
Mm-hmm. I hope ain't nobody. Well, I'll leave that to y'all.
I don't. Best of luck, Mr. Cornelius. That's all I can say. Who's shooting marbles?
Best thing y'all could do is go back to them old gold helmets, them shiny gold helmets. Them gold helmets y'all wearing not look like some Play-Doh, some kitty Play-Doh. You go back to the real gold
Oh
helmet with
Lord.
the maroon power on 'em. Now them things were fire back in the day. Y'all need to change back to that. I'm serious now. That step your uniform game up. Go back to those shiny gold helmet with the maroon power on it. You know what I'm saying? That'll be tight right there. I like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to go to the oven. Okay, let me see. I don't know what y'all talking about. And again, J-Bo, I apologize for calling you Carver Atlanta. I don't know what you're talking about, Oscar. Been finding them YNs. Ain't it just good playing with your top? I mean, I have young nieces and nephews. How about that? What's going on, Mr. Tate? Coffee has a big game this weekend. It's a rival game with Taylor and Macon County. Taylor is 7-2, Macon is 5-4. That should be a good one wherever it is. I'm going to the other town to rob it. Oh, Mo. Coach Crow, I don't know. I think he's mad at me. So we don't even mention him anymore. He'll come when he wants to.
Yeah, he gonna come eventually because I know the Wizard got some words for him from what me and the Wizard been talking about.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and I ain't gonna do what I did Friday. I'm just gonna read it. Eddie says, "You all said we couldn't win in that tough region. Give us a public apology, Mr. Gary. I'm not sure.
Never.
I'm not sure if you heard the podcast on Friday evening, but what I would like you to do is to go back to that podcast and go around the 6 or 7 minute mark, and you will get my response to that." And other people will probably, understand. But yeah, the 6 or 7 mark, that'll give you your answer.
Like I told my boy EG, I'll be the first to admit I didn't think Perry could win that region. You won it, kudos to you. But you ain't getting no apology, bro.
No, I'm with you on that one. Bro. I can't give him no apology on that one. I refuse to and never will. For the
I'd
simple
rather
fact,
sit down and eat my crow before I apologize to y'all about that.
Never get it.
I mean, let's think about this right quick now. Wayne County was down this year. Where County up and down. Benedictine that had a starting quarterback. You know what I mean? But hey, you got the job done. You won your region. Congratulations. To get ready for the playoff. You know what I mean? That's all y'all need to worry about. Don't worry about no public apology. You're champions, ain't you? And you defend the champion. That what you should be worried about, trying to defend that crime instead of trying to lie before public apology and thing. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were talking to a champion fan base. Now they on here talking about riding trains and public apologies and things. It don't sound like a championship fan base to me. It sounds like some folks that looking for acknowledgement like Roman Reigns. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not.
did he
I mean,
just did he
it
just
gives
say
you.
acknowledge me?
Yes. Pay me some attention. Yeah.
See,
It
that
gives.
sound bite was supposed to be together because that would be the perfect time.
I
I
need some
need some attention.
This is getting messy.
Hey sis, how you doing?
Hey y'all, I'm good.
Yeah.
What's up, babe?
See, okay, and I guess this is a difference between Perry and maybe Peach County or whoever. You could think whatever you want to about Peach County. I would never ask you for an apology. I don't seek your validation because I don't care what you think. The only thing that matters is whether you win or lose. This whole pay attention to me, you owe me an apology. Y'all don't owe me nothing. Y'all said Peach County wasn't gonna do nothing. Okay, well, you were proven wrong. That's enough of me. I don't care what you think, and you shouldn't care that we said what we said because we don't care about you. You get me?
And see, that's what I'm talking about. See, That's exactly what I'm talking about. They gonna talking about some public apologies and things. They should be telling us how you know what? They said watch, okay. They played Hoko. They lost by 14. They played East Coweta. They lost by 16. So I guess when they meet up against teams that can bust them back in the mouth, what if they run into teams like that in the playoff? If they gonna be on here asking us to apologize for them just for making the quarterfinals and not moving on and winning another state title? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on. Yeah, I told y'all to be humble. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you got some quality wins on your resume this year. Peach County, quality win. You beat Peach County by 10. You know what I'm saying? But everything else, maybe the Benedictine win, maybe Ware County, but everything else besides Peach County or Ware County and Benedictine, what have you done? Can somebody answer that for me? Am I out of bounds on this?
They did what they were supposed to do.
All I can talk about is the comparison of Peach and Perry, because like I'm sure everybody in the audience know, as well as the panel, these my guys. This my family. These Perry guys are my family. And we talking every day. And all they want to tell me is Peach ain't played nobody. Peach ain't played nobody. But if you go and look at Peach opponents' winning percentage versus Perry's, and Peach has played tougher teams than Perry has played.
No,
So
you wrong. They're the below 500 team they play are better than the below 500 team we play. We have established this, yo. So
I'm supposed to say okay to that.
Just say okay. So I know they tired of talking about Paris. Let me talk to these other people. Jeremy Jones Sr., how are you doing? And congratulations to Lee County on winning the region championship and one of the toughest.
I don't think that's set in stone just yet.
I think
yes, it is. Yes, it is. They have beat everybody. Absolutely right.
Congratulations to Lee County. Let's see. Let's see. Oh Lord, the wheels are talking about Paris stole the potion. Let's see. I'm finna pass on over the Paris stuff.
Well, just at least read this. At least read this.
Which
King Cornelius said, "We not hating on y'all at all. We want to see y'all on the same train." Well, you know what, King Cornelius? I appreciate you saying that. I'm back on y'all side now. I appreciate you saying that. I'm back on y'all side now. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. I'm back. Go listen. I hope the Panthers win it all. I hope they win it all in 4 weeks. I'm
That's
back
a
on
humble
y'all
statement.
side now, King Cornelius. That's all it took.
That's a humble statement, Joe.
Yeah.
He said, Ed Gary, you see how they pop Jessica Avery went in on my boy Patrick last week. You know what Friday is, and you know you shouldn't have asked me that. Y'all shouldn't have asked me that dumb stuff. And you gonna get a response like the way you got. And let's be clear, Mr. Cornelius and everybody else in podcast land. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, even 20 years ago, that response would have been a whole lot worse. That was the nice response. Okay. So just take it for what it is. Okay. Nick said he trying to hear what Dro got to say about Savannah Christian.
Man, we don't talk about Savannah ATS on here unless we have to.
It's coming. It's coming.
Sean Walker, welcome to the podcast. I hope you stay and listen. He said, Perry fans, it's up. No back and forth. See you Friday. Nick said, hey, sis. Everybody's telling you hello. Oh, you said hello. He said, y'all do that same stuff every year, but we pop it. It's a problem. Nah.
No, we're gonna tell you like a TIE now.
Thirsty young bro. Dang, we're brothers. We're happy and we're
we color.
The Wayans brothers. They ain't got no Wayans brothers money.
Damn sure don't. I don't. I can't speak for everybody else. I can just tell you what I ain't got.
Let's see. He said we still popping right now. Oh yeah, we gonna always address delusion, Mr. Cornelius. And Eddie says Benedictine's backup quarterback was better than the starting quarterback. Okay, let me give y'all a favor. Let me do y'all a favor. Just say okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cornelius. We appreciate that. Mr. Jones, what's confusing? Let's see. Yeah, there are good people. There are some great people that come from Perry, Georgia.
Oh yeah, I agree. I
I
got family over there. So yeah.
I don't have no family over there, but I got a lot of people over there that I love.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Perry Panthers, I'm not a fan. It's just in my blood. Just like you can't make me like Albany State. You just can't.
With Jess,
But
I think what
I
put the
respect
cherry
them.
on the top, what put the cherry on the top when Perry snitched on Peach County back in the day.
They
You know what I'm
did.
saying?
They
And I
did.
think it's been up ever since. It's been
It's
up
been
ever
ever
since.
since. Yeah, yeah. But now in their defense, because I call it like I see it, in their defense, they said that we snitched on them a year before.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. It
I
could
don't
be true.
either.
It could
I
not,
just
but I ain't
know
never heard that.
I
You
just
know what I
know
mean?
the first team. I just know that the first team that was supposed and would have won the state championship had to forfeit all that game because them joker down the road they couldn't beat a fly with a fly swatter. But okay, I'm over it. What's going on, Mr. Wilkins? How you doing? Perry said put some respect on their name. Okay, you do that, Perry. You do that, Dwayne.
I
You
ain't
do
never
that.
heard it, bro. I ain't never heard that, bro.
Mr. Ruru Brown said, y'all out of y'all rabbit mind if you think the backup quarterback is better than Cannon. If Cannon would have played, they beaten Perry and Ware County. Now, Mr. Ruru, I think is a
Nah,
Savannah Christian fan. I'm not
nah,
sure.
that is a statement. That is one of the few statements tonight so far that I can agree with.
Mm.
From a Savannah Christian fan at that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I
hey,
think
hold
so.
on, wait. We don't call them. We don't call them that. We call them Savannah atheists.
Yeah, Savannah 80, whatever their name is. I do agree with what he just said. I do agree with it.
Mm-hmm. Obadiah said, I'm just waiting on y'all to get that blue black badge check mark. Okay, you help us to get that, Mr. Farley. Hopefully it'll come soon.
Yeah, we got something brewing that hopefully gonna push us over that mark.
Yes. Let's see. Look, Drew ain't got to lie to y'all. He ain't heard it. He ain't heard it. Hell, he won but 7 when it happened.
Mm.
Hey, Jay on, Jay, you ain't gotta be telling folks my age.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Heck
Honey,
no.
I don't mind telling my age. I look good for my age.
I,
Mr.
I do too.
Say
I
much.
do too.
What you say, yo?
I'll read comments.
Oh, okay. Mr. Ferguson,
Damn
y'all
that, I'm
got
agreeing.
well, thank you. You look good too. Let's see.
Appreciate you.
Mr. Everett, Mr. Ferguson, Lincoln County is here. They have again Lincoln County and Greene County. We'll talk more in depth about that game on Wednesday, but buddy, this is a week of some major games.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hey, when you get down a couple of comments, I think we're gonna have to take a pause and let Dro speak. So go right ahead, baby. You'll see
Yes,
what I'm
I'm
talking
almost there. I'm almost
about.
there.
Mhm.
So Mr. Cornelius and Mr. Walker going back and forth. Y'all work that out on Friday. Thank you, Marquise. I appreciate it. Mr. Ruru Brown said, man, why y'all hate us so bad? Because they cheated for y'all. That's why.
Dro, get him, please. Please, Dro.
All right. All right. Everybody ready?
We ready.
Ready.
Now, I sent a note out yesterday to Toombs County. And I said, Toombs County, don't put yourselves in a situation where the officials would decide the game in favor of Savannah Atheists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of Savannah Christian or Savannah Atheist fans were basically calling us delusional,
Mm-hmm.
Jess and I, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Even
it
went
did.
so far to say that we're crying and we heard about last season loss. No, it's not that at all. The truth is the truth. What happened is what happened. So if it's a close game down there, right? Toombs County and Savannah Christian, and if it's a close game heading into the end of regulation or overtime for that matter, all I'm saying is Toombs County. No matter how great your team is, you better make sure everything is on point. Do not give those officials a chance to rule anything in Savannah Christian favor because they will do it. They did it to Peach County last year. And
And it
I
was
don't
ridiculous.
understand. Go ahead, yo.
I'm just saying it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend who was a Christian fan. Her son actually played for Savannah Christian a couple of years back, and she sat with us on our side during the game and stuff. And even she shook her head at what happened. Now, although she did come back because I was kind of going in on the page, on the Savannah Christian page, where she was like, the kids didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't think so, but at the same time, to post your chest out as fans and talk about something, everybody got to feel it because that was just blatant. That wasn't something that was questionable. That was blatant.
And as much as you want to say that play was blown dead, no, that play was not blown dead. They even ran another play, and they set the ball. They signaled it was a turnover on down, didn't it?
Yep.
So you cannot say you got 5 snaps, and this whole you put us out for the past 2 years, sir. It took you 5 snaps to be a below 500 team. 5.
So, real quick before you start addressing some, Mr. Wizard, I want to holler at my homeboy Pat Watkins. Yeah, we are still talking about that game because, like we've been saying all night so far on this podcast, until Perry has went through a third of the things that Peach County has went through that robbed us of championships and games, stop being on the outside talking about it because the tables can turn. All you got to do is ask my Cedar Grove folks. See, we used to talk about what happened with the Calhoun and Peach County game, and Cedar Grove used to just talk. Oh, man, and that's old and this right here. And guess what? They got to the championship game, and boom, they got a call that was just blatant, and it cost them a championship. So until you see
Dog,
what that feel like
why
for
you
your
gotta bring
kids,
us in on this?
You
I'm
forgetting
just
something.
saying.
Y'all,
When you
y'all, y'all forgetting something, yo.
go ahead, bro.
Some of these same Perry fans were crying again when Baldwin they you remember the field goal controversy
Oh yeah, yeah.
just a couple years ago, and they talked about that for a long time.
But
So
they
I
were the
know
one
I
that
got no
cheated.
Perry folk talking out both sides of their mind right now when they were and listen, Perry was done wrong in that game. They
No, it
was.
wasn't. It was them. They were the one that cheated the ball, and then
Yo, they kicked the field goal. They kicked the field goal and said it was good.
and it wasn't. So they
Well,
were
I
cheating.
I don't. I was there at that game. I don't know if it was good or not. All I know is when we interviewed Coach Jesse Hicks and we asked him was that field goal good, Coach Jesse Hicks said absolutely, positively not.
Oh, okay. I
Man,
get
all
what
I'm
it is.
saying,
So
that sound like
no,
it's bad luck to be a
no wonder
Peach
why
County
they sit up
fan.
there talking about Dane Peach County. Y'all still talking about that because they benefited from a box call. Okay, I got you now, yo.
You
I
got it.
got you.
And
I
Yeah.
got
I'm gonna just say this, and we're gonna move on from this Pete Perry because we got hundreds of other schools that we're gonna talk about. But just remember, it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Thank
One
you.
thing about them tables, they do turn.
They do
And
turn.
what I'm going to do, my daddy always taught me, don't let how other folk treat you get you sent to hell. So if and when it should happen to you, I ain't gonna even laugh at you.
And that's the thing, real quick, before we do move on. Patrick Watkins is one of the best dudes walking around Perry, Georgia. Just hands down. You know what I mean? The kids love him. He's tied into the program. Eddie Gary, they tied into the program. If that happened and they see the hurt on those kids' faces, knowing that they don't play their ass off, they don't sweat it through OTAs and spring practice and everything for that ultimate goal to win that championship. And it could very well be this year. Because let's admit, Perry won their region. They got a pretty good team. I still like their chances in 4A. Let them go up against Marist, and they don't beat Marist, did everything they supposed to do, and a game is called on the technicality of a referee. Pat and Eddie, the way I know they are entitled to that and tied into that program, when they see the hurt on them kids' face, they ain't going to talk about that no more about we still talking about it. Mm-hmm. So we can move on after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cry me a river.
Shut your ass up and do what you're supposed to do.
Hey, baby, it's Monday. It's Monday. We'll wait till Friday. We'll wait till Friday to get him.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So, I'm going to recap what happened last week. Is that okay?
Right, all right.
And I got something to take out the oven anyway. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, in the private classification, and not my private part, GAC, what happened to you over Pickens? You were supposed to beat Pickens. That wasn't supposed to happen. That's one loss I wasn't supposed to take. So, I don't think too many folks from the Savannah region tuned in tonight. So, I'm going to keep it rolling. Y'all good with that?
Good with that.
Okay. D2. Jenkins. My Magic 8 Ball say you had the team to beat Meta, but you didn't. So you gave me 2 losses on that one in D2. So we're going to keep track for time being. That's 3 so far this week that I've missed. But everybody else handled the business as they were supposed to. I'm assuming Brooks fans ain't got nothing to say about last week.
Let me go through. What's going on, Mr. Pike? How are you? Welcome to the podcast. Morgan County at Callaway this week. It's a top 10 matchup. Cavs on top. Mr. Knowlton, Pierce at Appleton County. Welcome to the podcast. Mr. Ferguson, the Wizard, will be making his predictions on Wednesday, but we can talk about it a little bit if you comment on it. You've already been addressed, Patrick. Shut up. Well, Robert, Mr. Robert, you not Mr. Robert. I'm not gonna say that. We got one Mr. Robert.
Mr. Brown Senior.
Mr. Brown, you don't know what happened. You just know that they won, and we just told you how they won. So now you know more than you did before. What's going on? What's going on, Danny Jones? How you doing? Yep, Calhoun got a lot of people, Mr. Little. Mr. Brown, all I'm gonna tell you is you better be glad it's not Friday night, baby. Your ears will be burning. Let's see. I ain't thinking about these pair folks. We moved on. That's the past. We ain't thinking about nothing, y'all. Nothing y'all got to say. I'm skipping over all that crap. Let's see. Dwayne says Brooks 45-7 over Irwin. Brooks is going to be playing with running clocks.
In what, Dwayne? I mean, I haven't really looked at that game. I think Brooks can possibly pull it off, but 45-7, that's a stretch.
Sound like a Wednesday conversation to me.
Well, guess what? We grown. We can do what we want to.
I'm still getting paid for this.
Well, you do that. Yeah. How you doing, the real Mr. Robert? Welcome.
Our baby said the real. It's the real hip hop.
The real Robert has stepped in the building, and we welcome you, sir. Mr. Fletcher says my daddy was beat before they got off the bus. Yes, they did. How they get 5 points, Nick?
Safety and a field goal.
I know that, Thurl. That ain't what I'm asking that, but that ain't what I'm asking.
Okay, so explain what you're asking.
I wanted to know the details. Was it on JB? Was it what? Okay, let's move on.
Thank you. D1, Dodge County. What was you? You know what? Them folks at Dodge County must drive Fords. That's what it is. They must drive Ford F-150s everywhere they go instead of a Dodge Ram. Cause to lose the Northeast, man, come on.
Man, that was supposed to happen.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that, and I ain't gonna say nothing. All I'm gonna say is Dodge County drive Ford pickup truck. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ain't nothing like a Ford.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're throwing shade at me, and I don't apologize for it. I do love a Ford.
No, I ain't throwing no shade at you.
I love Ford.
I'm just saying,
I love
Dodge County
Ford
was
F-150.
supposed to be
If you got a
Northeast.
Ford F-150, give me a holler.
What color?
I prefer black, but blue or silver or red or any color will do.
Okay.
Ford F-150. That's the key.
2A. Thank you, 2A, for letting me go undefeated as predicted. Appreciate ya. Okay, I'm gonna leave that right there where it's at. No comments on this 2A bracket.
Come on, bro. I did dead out. Now get on with it.
I'm sorry. I had to lose.
Hey,
I apologize.
Don't rush. Don't rush. You can't rush quality, baby.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was gone. Okay, my stuff is back in the oven and we ready to roll.
All right, 3A.
8:22. All right,
Sandy
so
Creek.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, Sandy Creek. I just want to know what happened to him. They weren't supposed to do that to Mayor. That wasn't supposed to happen against Mayor Person.
Man, that's the past. Move on.
Well, the excuse is they had some coaches that were suspended. That's what
I heard
we're talking about. Sandy Creek,
not
not
necessarily
East County.
suspended, but out.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hearing the excuses of.
Yeah, I heard that. But I don't know about that. To go and have Mayor Person do that to him. Like, I understand coaching make a difference, but you should have someone on your staff that know your regime by now, who know how to coach the way you coaching and get the best out of the players. So I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Yeah. I'm not buying it. They can sell it, but I ain't buying it. 4A went undefeated as predicted. Appreciate you, 4A. Get looking out.
What about 5A, bro?
Mr. Brown, the other Mr. Robert. I started to say something else, but I'm gonna be nice to you, Mr. Brown. The head coach was suspended and their offensive line coach got fired because of certifications.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. Cause that's important, Jess. Can you
I sure can. The head coach was suspended and their O-line coach got fired too because of certifications. Oh my.
Wow, that's pretty deep.
I still miss my daddy.
Okay, let me see. Oh, somebody said Ford mean found on road dead. Well, let me tell you something. My daddy had a Ford Explorer that got 300,000+ miles on it. How you like them red apples? But listen, I like Dodge, Chevy. I mean, I like Dodges and Chevys too. I don't discriminate. Okay.
I miss my daddy.
I miss my daddy too. Ooh.
I miss my daddy.
What man?
Okay, 5A. 5A. I went 7-2 in 5A. Gainesville. That was a beautiful shootout against Roswell. That's all I'm gonna say. Beautiful shootout against Roswell. Beautiful, just beautiful.
Good Lord, these perpetual victims. Mr. Wizard, can you do me a favor, sir?
Yes.
We're gonna stop it. Would you please go back to 4A for whatever reason?
The only reason I said about 5A because Mr. Wizard was bragging about going undefeated in 4A. So I said, what about 5A? Because I know he didn't go undefeated. That was the only thing, Mr. Cornelius. We wasn't trying to overlook y'all victory over Benedictine, bro.
Perry beat Benedictine in Savannah. Let's clap it up, guys.
Yeah.
I did.
Let's go, Big Perry. The biggest, Big Perry. Let's go.
Yeah. And for in all seriousness,
there we go. Perry, P-E-R-R-E-Y-E-I.
So messy.
so in all seriousness, congratulations.
Hey, check out J-Bo. Carver Columbus even getting them song.
Yeah,
See,
let's
that should tell you a lot right there.
we need to say the Georgia. There you go, Dwayne. We got to put respect on their name.
Yeah, so
Look at
the name.
Everybody getting on the
So congratulations on your region championship. That's an awesome feat. And we congratulate you for winning the region in one of the toughest regions in Georgia high school football.
Hey, look at Oscar.
They said that wasn't loud enough. Hey, Perry, it didn't sound believable to me. What y'all think?
See, they should have just moved on. They should have just moved on.
Who's the master?
They should have just moved on. Instead, they want acknowledgement. This is what happened. Everybody clowning them now.
Big Perry.
Okay, 6A. Let's do it.
All right, 6A. I went 8-0, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Congratulations, 6A, and to whoever secured region championships out of the 6A classification. J-Bo said we got a cookie for you too, Perry. Go get your cookie.
And why we got to be sorry?
Everybody getting on y'all now. Everybody getting on y'all. I tried to tell y'all to move on, but you ain't want to listen.
They ain't pay no dinner. They went my phone ain't so bad.
Hey, I heard y'all was doing something on Friday night. Was y'all doing something special on Friday night? Did y'all do something similar to this?
What's wrong, okay?
When I came down.
Woo! Oh my goodness. How you doing, Mr. Green? Welcome to the podcast, friend.
Yeah, J-Bo, give him a shout out on Crystal Burgers from over there off of
Victory Drive.
Victory Drive in Columbus.
With extra onions.
And they supposed to be champions. They supposed to be champions. And they on here telling y'all went by 4A so fast. They ain't even talking about 4A.
They want to see that. You don't want to see us prosper.
Y'all ain't nothing but some hate.
Oh, okay, Mr. Wilson. What are your results?
So on the week, 65-8, and I finally lost 100 games.
Hey, man, y'all give an applause to the Wizard, man. It took him 11 weeks to lose 100 games,
That's
man.
awesome, Mr. Wizard. Woo-hoo!
That's
Mr.
all I'm
Watkins,
saying.
you talking. That's the past. That's the past. Why you still talking about it? We not talking about it. You still talking about it. Why you bringing it up? Move on, move on, move on.
Nah, Jess, this is all you got to do right here. Hey, kids, just give Perry what they want. Where's the applause?
Woohoo!
That's when the applause supposed to hit from the kids. It didn't land
Hey,
right. See,
he was a couple of seconds off.
Whew, okay.
Man, we gotta talk to the executive producer on that one. Okay.
yeah, we're gonna have to talk we're gonna definitely have to have a conversation. The timing was definitely off on that.
Okay.
Just killed the joke altogether. I'm sorry, Perry. That's my bad.
Alright, so for the pick'ems. Overall, yes, I went 7-3, and I got the tiebreaker on the point. So yeah, I won. Screw y'all.
First time for everything, Wizard.
This year, we're gonna put it like that.
And Mr. Wizard, you got like 2 or 3 dead on this week.
Yeah, I got a couple. One of the ones that I am proud of is the Ware County Warner Robinson game. I got that right on point.
You did that now.
I appreciate it. Me and my Magic 8 Ball, you know, we working some things out. So, real fast, for the leaderboard, this is what the current leaderboard looks like. I'm still not seeing no familiar names in the green. I'm just saying.
We got 2 more weeks to go, Mr. Wizard.
I'm gonna tell you a week and a half, but okay.
I shall rise.
Okay, all right. You sound like one of them Florida Gator fans, but all right. Yay, yo. Yay. Hey, yo. All right.
All right. You know what? I'm better of a friend than an enemy, babe. Remember that, goddamn.
You remember that.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all get back to what y'all doing.
Thank you.
I'm finna go play with my witch.
Okay, I'm sure. Yeah, and y'all got your anniversary. Yeah, y'all got a real special day. You got some stuff to plan because Thursday is coming. You gotta do it right. All right. So
y'all have a good one. I'm gonna see y'all on Wednesday.
All right, peace
All
out.
right, Mr. Wilson.
Mr. McDaniels says, as a coffee fan, I want to say thank you to all the past champions for inviting us to the table. Please don't jump on us like Perry. My Lord, baby, that's because you act like you've been somewhere and you act like you're going back.
Exactly. And you're humble.
Yes.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And no need for us to get on you like that. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on, man. What's going on? Burke County.
Burke County.
What's going on?
Yeah, but here's the thing, Mr. Lakes. I like to stand on my receipts, and I said, Lucy Laney. Yes, Lucy Laney will beat Thompson or Burke this year. They have lost to Thompson. So I'll be very, very careful about that Lucy Laney Burke County game.
So what about oh shit. Okay, so what about when do Burke and Thompson play?
Is it this Friday, Mr. Lakes? I thought it was last game of the season. I don't know if there's any makeups in there or what, but I think it's this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How you doing, Mr. Wembley? Welcome. Welcome, Coffee County. Marquise said they play November the 8th. I'll be in the Fountain City.
We know.
Enjoying myself. November the 8th. Okay. So,
Be careful with that game now.
which game? You talking
The
about me?
Lucien Lane in Burke County.
Lucy Lady. How you doing,
Mm.
Miss Finley? How you doing, pretty lady? Welcome to the podcast tonight. So, with some major upsets, I'm sure there were some major changes to the polls.
Oh, it was. It really was.
Y'all want to talk about it?
Why? Let's talk about it. But
Okay,
on one
then.
occasion, Thirsty, you go
What's that?
very, very, very slow when we get to 4A and talk about they polls.
Please, please.
Okay. I mean, it's on them to make sure that they can comprehend now.
Because
I'm just saying. You,
we hunting
uh,
rabbits.
oh, we hunting rabbits.
We
And
hunting rabbits.
rabbit.
Be
Kill
very,
the
Okay.
very
rabbit.
tight.
Kill the rabbit.
Well, I'm just gonna say it like this. Okay, you got the right pole, which is FNL pole on the right, as always, and then you got AJC on the left of the screen. So, y'all ready to go through this?
Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
it.
Let's
All right.
do it.
We're gonna start off with private. We all pretty much got the same private teams. We just got them in different orders. So, with that being said, um, I don't see anything going on that we should have a disagreement about. We both feel like Savannah Christian is the best team right now in private. Only time will tell.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, which we know
And
it.
yeah. And Whitefield Academy came into the AJC poll. I see. Okay.
Yeah, we was
Finally,
already on top of that. So
yeah,
Mhm.
finally. All
I
right,
just wanted to point it out because some people think that certain people's ice is colder. That's why I pointed it out. Let's
mm.
go to Division Two.
All right. Division two. Um, we both see
Oh,
Manchester as the number. We both see Manchester as the number one overall team in Division two, and don't mind our record for them. We kind of yeah. We can fix that real fast. There we go.
screw the pooch.
So.
That's it.
There we go. Yeah, we screwed the pooch on that one. It is what it is. But for the most part, though, like I said, we see Manchester as number one overall team. Outside of that, the main difference is they have Jenkins County in there, while we still have Early County at number 10.
Oh my God. I'm gonna read it when I get down there. Oh my God. Okay, so we have a question about the private poll. Mr. Brown
Hmm.
would like to know what's the reason for Calvary being at number
Um,
2.
Calvary,
about the
they're at
way.
number 2 because of the losses that they took.
they only took one loss, and it was a hard ranked team out of South Carolina or something, North Carolina or something.
South
Yeah,
Carolina,
Uh,
North
South
Carolina, one
Carolina.
of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
they took a
sir.
Um,
loss, and now,
hey,
granted, for
real
us,
quick,
now for
real
us,
quick,
go
real
ahead.
quick. I'm sorry. Can we check the backstage, please?
Okay, got you.
Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, sis, didn't see you. But I mean, for the most part, we've never given up on Cavalry Day. It's just AJC gave up on Cavalry Day after that one loss. So let's get that straight.
He's a Savannah Christian Bulldog. He just wanted to know why. I think he thinks they're ranked too high.
We don't say that SC, we say SA on here. I'm gonna correct y'all throughout these playoffs. We say SA throughout the playoffs.
Let's see.
And if you don't know, Savannah
Now you
Atheist.
know.
All right. Class A Division 1.
Oh,
Man, oh man, oh man. Friday is gonna be something serious.
and you know what? I am surprised. This is something that really doesn't happen for the most part, but us and the AJC, we have the top four teams in Division One the same. which is very surprising. It would have been the top five, top six, but we just got five and six in different orders, right? Um, the one thing that I'm trying to figure out is why is the AJC still holding on to Raven County
I
after
can
the loss
tell
they
you,
took last week?
crazy.
Okay, okay.
Oh, let's
I mean,
see.
I'm looking at our polls and I'm looking at theirs, and I don't see Hurd County. Hurd County is a 7-2 region champ, and you still have Raven County ahead of them. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah. Let's see. Hi, let me say hello to Mr. Reiner. How are you? And welcome back to the podcast. Glad you came by. Mr. Green says Prince Avenue should be a top 3 team in
Prince
America.
Um,
Avenue. I get what you're saying. It's just hard when you lose and teams continue to win. It's hard to maintain you at that status.
and real quick, and this is something that I share with my period folks and some people that we have talked about throughout the season with our rankings. I thought people understand how rankings go. It's a week by week basis. You know what I mean? So if you lost in week 2 and say you drop down to number 8 and everybody ahead of you is still winning, you can't just take that, especially unless you got this excellent quality win where you're playing in a top 10 opponent and you dominate. We see jumping then, but week to week, you can't penalize a team for winning and drop them down and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of times the movement on AJC as well as our polls and anybody else's, because if you watch rankings, it happens the same. It's a week to week basis, not just an eye test on one team, how they look towards the end of the season and all of that.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. I don't see any. What's going on, Barry? How you doing? He said he likes tunes on Friday. Okay.
We'll
And
talk about it on Wednesday.
yeah, Danny and Mr. Brown are having a conversation. They he answered the question. Thank you for answering the question, Mr. Brown Senior. Um, Mr. Green says, but you can't penalize teams for playing up. Also, that goes both ways.
And we do take in consideration of losses. If you look at our polls, I'm not sure about the AJC as far as that. But if you look at our polls, you may see a team that lost that don't drop or drop one spot or something because they're playing a larger and better opponent. So we do take that in consideration, Mr. Green.
Yeah, we do. I mean, if you play, I mean, it's the same thing from last year. You know, schools are playing competitively against higher classification schools. Yes, they're losing, but they're losing by by a touchdown or less. And we didn't penalize last year. We didn't. We're not going to penalize this year. But we take into consideration opponents, classification, all that stuff. We do. We try to anyway, and move schools, teams accordingly, which you'll see as we go through the rest of this poll. So
Mhm.
when we're getting into 2A right now, again, surprisingly, us and AJC have the top four teams in 2A the same. But once you get to number five, that's where things get a little shaky. Um, yes, Sumter County took a loss and a tragic loss 2 weeks ago against Carver, but
Good
um,
Lord.
they did. But at the end of the day, as of today, do you really feel that a Appleton County, a Callaway, or a Rockmart can beat a Sumter? When it comes to Carver Atlanta, they just came into our polls last week. They had a quality victory against Lovett, and Hateville Charter had a quality victory for the
Mhm.
past 2 weeks. I feel like this Hateville Charter team right now can beat a 6-2 Thompson team out of Augusta. I really do. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the podcast panel, but I think a 5-3 Hateville Charter can beat a 6-2 Thompson right now.
Mhm. Mr. Wembley, I'm gonna come back and read your I'm gonna come back and read your comment when we get to 5A. But I'm gonna read Dro says Brooks County lost to a good non-region opponent, and they have maybe a one or two quality region wins. Be humble, Brooks. Mr. Brown says he sees everyone likes Tools this Friday. And Dro says Tools kind of went to Rome and beat them, so it's not far fetched for people to pick Tools to win at Savannah. Atheist. Mr. Knowlton says, how about those Bears of Pierce County? I'm sorry. Mr. Jones says, the closer we get to the playoffs, the tougher and closer the scores will be because the competition will be somewhat even on all sides of the football. Yep, that's the goal. If you get to a certain round, everybody can play. Oscar said, hell yeah, everybody better than something county. You're terrible. You're
You're a
terrible.
terrible. You know what? You just like me. You're a terrible human being.
Yes. Mr. Map says this is a big game for Morgan County this Friday. It certainly is. They have to. Do they go to Callaway or does Callaway come there? Either way,
It don't matter. Callaway region champs. So
okay. Yeah, because they got a lot of injuries in Morgan County too. So
I don't care if they're full strength. They're not being Callaway.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We know you're great at predictions. Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown says he thinks that they just that Tools kind of caught Rome at the wrong time, but hey, a win is a win.
Who is this team?
Whoa, hold up, whoa, back up.
Savannah Atheist.
Is Mr. Robert? I mean, Mr.
No,
Brown.
Mr. Brown.
I corrected it. I've been listening, but I've been hearing his name called a lot tonight. So I'm just trying to figure out what he got going on.
Mm-hmm.
He coming in to speak up for Savannah.
Them folk down there in Pooler. He going down there to speak to them.
We just hoping.
Can I get
come back straight? Friday night or next week Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get something straight?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Toombs really think they're that dude because they caught Rome at the perfect time during the perfect storm and beat them back in September.
No, that's not what. No, you're basically saying the same thing that Toombs. Toombs ain't said nothing. Mr. Robert said that.
Just can I interject real quick?
You certainly can, sir.
Thursday.
Yes.
Why are you questioning Toombs?
I'm questioning Toombs versus Rome is what I'm questioning. That's the only thing I'm questioning.
This is the same guy who walked around Rita sick here, maybe chest out further than anybody I know. Talking about
I can do that.
Different.
I can do that. We got 5 rings in 8 years.
I understand that, but basically what I'm trying to say is you leave Toombs kind of alone. You understand? Leave them alone. Let them enjoy themselves and stuff like that. Because you did the same thing for all them years.
And I'm gonna keep doing the same thing.
Because you ain't got nothing to talk about regarding your team, the fall Carver Atlanta. You want to try to pick at Toombs. Help me understand.
My team got 5 and 8. So therefore, I'm gonna continue walking around with my head high and my chest poked out, huffed and puffed.
Stop living in the past.
Continue doing it.
Stop living in the past.
I'm doing the same thing Peach County. I'm doing the same thing Peach County fans doing. I'm living in the past. Damn it.
Why can't Toombs do that? Why can't Toombs do that?
Why Toombs can't do that?
Yeah.
Now, Drew, I'm gonna ask you a serious question, and don't get mad at me when I ask you this question, okay? When was the last time Toombs County won a state title?
We ain't talking about when the last time. We're talking about this season.
Okay. That's fine.
I guarantee
all I'm saying is,
if you line Toombs County up against Cedar Grove this year, Toombs County will beat them.
You think so?
There's a question in the chat that says, who has Toombs really played besides Rome and Savannah Atheists?
Yeah, I was about to get to.
Okay, and that's what I was about to get to when I got rudely interrupted. Right?
Okay,
Was
well, let me
when you look
Welcome.
interrupt.
at Tom,
Let me
I'm
interrupt. Let me
Who
interrupt.
do
I don't
interrupt
think.
you?
Hold
Ain't
on.
nobody
Let me
really
interrupt and
interrupt
say,
you.
welcome, Mr. Bryant. How are you?
Welcome, Mr. Bryant. Now, I don't think Toombs will beat Cedar Grove if you line them up this year. Hell, I know Toombs will beat Cedar Grove if you line them up this year.
mm-hmm,
Oh, okay.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
But
questioning who Toombs has played, like I keep trying to tell people, it don't matter who you play; it's how you play. If you
mm,
got a team full of, if you playing all Bradley counties and Glasscock counties, and you win at 10-0 or 21-0, that's one thing. But if you playing Glasscock and your hair runs and you putting up 50 and 60 points, that speak volume.
And they're not
mm,
scoring anything. Yeah.
Exactly. So it ain't about who you play; it's how you play.
So
mm.
in this instance, the strength of schedule doesn't matter.
Yeah, strength
Wow.
schedule does matter, but when we talking about head-to-head matchups between Cedar Grove and Tune, look at how Tune has played. Because let's be honest,
Well,
Cedar
y'all
Grove
just
ain't
find
played
a way.
nobody. Cedar Grove ain't played nobody either.
Tools ain't played nobody
Well,
either.
I
That's
mean,
not
I
right.
wasn't personally talking about Cedar Grove because I'm actually in the classification with Toombs. So that's the only reason why I'm butting in. Y'all can have that Cedar Grove stuff. I ain't trying to get involved with y'all.
You don't want to get
I'm
messy
just
with
saying.
everybody.
I'm just saying. This man trying to tell. He trying to tell Toombs Canada pipe down. When he went, we tried to tell him to pipe down for years. All I'm saying, let Toombs Canada have their fun, man. Let them
And
have their
then
fun.
and
No,
then
I'm
he
not saying
had,
I'm not trying to deny Tools County their fun. All I'm saying is, and all I said was Toombs County caught a wrong T at the perfect time with the perfect storm. That's
well, I
all I
guess
said.
I guess that's what Douglas did and Stevenson because of the mass exodus. That was a perfect storm.
Hey,
I'm
wait,
just
wait,
Not
saying,
to
wait.
mention,
you know what?
Rockwall.
I just love the way y'all trying to spin everything
Hey,
and bring
Brooklyn,
City Grove into
bro.
the
Hey,
conversation
bro.
because you
From now
feel
on,
because
from now
no,
on,
no,
bro. You
no,
don't call me
no,
yo,
no,
bro. You
no,
call me the
because
DPK, bro. Because I'm finna PK for the
no,
rest of the season.
because Peach County fan base feels like, oh snap, City Grove down. We feel like we got a chance to win the championship this year. Well, guess what? I'm sorry to tell you, and I'm finna tell you straight up, you're
Okay.
not gonna win because you're gonna lose to one or two teams, either
Ooh,
Jefferson or Sandy Creek.
ooh,
So therefore, that's
That's
my
ooh,
fine,
receipt
but
on the rest of the season. But my thing is,
ooh.
continue to talk
This
how you
is
want to talk
getting
as fan base. We pull
heavy.
City Grove into the conversation.
Ooh,
But my thing
wait.
is, y'all
Hey,
feel like you got a chance this year when in all actuality, you
Ooh,
really don't.
hey, bro. That was a little Perry
bro,
there.
all I
You
said
sound like some
was
Perry
let
fans, then.
Tune have their fun.
ooh, ooh. We
Yeah,
sorry
that's
you
what I'm
went
Let
saying.
Tune
Western.
But you
have
had
their fun, man.
but you had to put our name in your throat though, didn't you?
Mm-mm. We sorry you
See,
went
you had to
Western.
put our name in your
Hey,
throat. Everything was cool.
bro. That cartoons will beat y'all this year, bro. Don't mean nothing.
Huh?
We sorry
It
George
don't mean
Western.
nothing. Because
Marquise, he
Tunes ain't
sure
because
hate the
Tunes
truth.
Tunes didn't want to put us on the schedule, so we'll never know. Just like Peach County didn't want to put us on the
Ooh,
schedule, so we'll never
why?
know.
Why? You're not in our region.
It
Why?
don't matter.
Let's
It
not.
don't matter.
No, no,
It
no,
don't
Hey,
no.
matter. We ain't
we'll
gotta
see
be
first
in your
round.
region. It's
We'll
We're
see
called
not
first
playing
doing
round.
competitive
this.
games outside of your
We're
region.
not doing
But
We'll see
this.
moving
first
on
round.
to 3A.
We're
Moving
not
on to
doing this. That baby
moving
hurt,
on to the
y'all.
3A bracket.
This
Moving on to
baby
the
is
3A bracket.
hurt. Let's move on. The baby hurt. Let's go.
Moving on to the 3A bracket. Cause boy,
First round. First
oh
That
round.
Lord
baby
have mercy.
wait.
We can do
First
this all
round.
night.
First round.
Let me see. We got the top three. We got the top three the same. We just got 4 and 5 switching around, which
That
I
baby
think we
hurt.
got the better 4 and 5. Outside of that, from 6 through 10, um, I don't know why. I mean, I get why the AJC is still on the Coney County, but we still have Harlem ranked.
We got Northwest Whitfield while they have Cairo still.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that one too.
Okay, so honey, baby, let's move on. And then I got to read this comment. I got to go back up, and I got to read this comment. Hold on until I get to it. Okay, let's go to 4A. Okay, so I want the loyal listeners to just look at the screen. But I'm about to read the true poll. Oscar Miles has it perfectly. He said 4A polls should stay as follows. Number 1, Perry. Number 2, Perry. Number 3, Perry. Number 4, Perry Panthers. Number 5, Perry. Number 6, Perry. Number 7, Perry. Number 8, Perry. Number 9, Perry. Number 10, Jesus, because evidently they think they come before everybody. That was classic. I love it.
World beaters, ain't it?
World beaters.
But y'all want to talk about City Girl, right? Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
baby, we
Now that's
sorry.
some now
I
that's
want
some
y'all
delusional
to
crap.
stop.
Now that's some delusional crap right there.
I want y'all to stop talking about these babies. Talk about that baby now. Whew. We
Let me
sorry,
ask y'all a
George Jesse.
question.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. How does Perry stack up against, say, Cartersville, Marist, North Oconee, Bliss, Trinity? How do they stack up against those teams?
My personal opinion is that North Oconee is going to win 4A, but that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one. I know for me personally, I'm a ride with marriage because it's hard for me to see anybody in 4A stopping marriage right now.
Um, I don't think Marist, Cartersville, North Oconee, any of them win 4A. Unfortunately, it's gonna be the team that went out to Texas and had their butts handed to them. 4A is Creeksides. You know, I think every one of those teams we just named, including Perry, has a shot because they all playing good ball right now. I just think it's Creeksides to lose.
And I can ride
Okay.
with you on that. I see Creekside and Marist in the title in the championship game based on the bracket. As long as they're on opposite sides of the bracket, I see those two in the championship game with Creekside winning. But as of right now, though, Marist is that team in 4A. Now, granted, we know
And
we know Creekside went out and embarrassed the state of Georgia, but still,
Okay.
are we sleeping on Eastside?
yes, we
No,
are.
no,
I
I
am.
wouldn't
I am.
just, yeah, I wouldn't just put Eastside out like that. But I think Eastside, if they can continue building the program they built in a year or two or so away, kind of like speaking of Perry, kind of like Perry was the last couple of years, quarterfinals, and finally got over that hump. That's Eastside is on the up. You can look for them to continue to rise, taken away from Newton County. And our COVID just don't completely fail down, then we'll probably be talking more about Eastside. I think you have in 4A a top tier, which is those schools we named, then a middle tier, and then a bottom tier. And I think Eastside is in that middle tier right now.
Mr. Map says Eastside looked really good versus North Oconee.
They did, and that's a matchup thing. They played well against them. But if they face said Marist or said or Creekside, I don't think they look as good.
Man, hold
Mm-mm.
on. Y'all always talking about being humble, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest. North Dakota was the best team East Side played all year.
Newton was pretty good.
Dude, that's the first game of the season. They beat Newton by what 8 by what 11 points. You really can't say Newton because everybody had high hopes for Newton coming back this year, but at the same time, they beat Newton, and Newton has not been the same. But when you look at their resume, North Dakota is the best team they played all year.
Well, there's always the best team that you played. So to say North Oconee is the best team that played, that has nothing to do with what else is on their schedule.
And
Yes,
they
it
only
does.
lost by 5. They only lost by 5.
Okay,
So
when y'all look at y'all didn't take a look at East Side schedule, and y'all tell me that North Dakota is not the best team that they played all season long.
But bro, I look
listen,
at
I
the
agree with
Yeah, we
Go ahead,
agree with
Joe.
that. Like I'm saying, I look at schedule I know being Peach County. Perry is the best team we played all year. Like that still has nothing to do with the quality of Westover and Cairo and people like that. That's the point that I'm saying. So just because you have a best team that played, what the rest of their schedule look like? Because North Oconee is ranked third in our polls, fourth in AJC. So of course they're going to be the best team they've played. But what about everybody else they've played?
Everybody else that they played was bottom of the cellar classification type teams. Hiram,
Well,
Alcovey, Archer. What? What?
Hiram is not a bottom seller, probably a middle tier in 6A. Now, mind you that we're talking about a 4A team. Alcovey, not Alcovey,
Hold on,
but
hold on. I'm
Archer.
gonna stop you right. I'm gonna stop you right there. Hiram, 5-5. Carry on.
I just said middle tier of a 6A program.
Okay.
Let's see.
Alcovey and Archer. Ain't nothing you can say about them.
Archer.
You can't sugarcoat neither one of them schools. Dude, you can't don't sprinkle sugar on boo boo and tell me it's chocolate.
I'm just so glad we don't have these conversations when we coming up with these polls. Cause Lord,
No,
we
I'm
be
just
on the
saying
phone
Archer
all
sitting up
night.
here 2-6. I'm just saying Archer sitting up here 2-6. And you want to call them a quality team? No, not this year. No, not a quality 6A team this year. They're a bottom of the sellers team in 6A. Just like
What are some
Sandy
quality?
Creek was playing last year.
What are some quality wins on y'all schedule this year? I'm just curious. What are some quality wins? Tell me. Tell me.
I tell you what.
Yeah.
If Peach County had put us
No,
on their
no,
schedule,
no, no,
that would
no,
have been a
no.
quality win for us.
I'm not
That
asking
would
for
have
that
been a
reason.
quality win for us.
In what?
I'm not asking for that reason. I just simply ask you, tell me the quality wins on y'all schedule.
Go take a look for yourself, and you tell me.
You can't tell me, can you? You
No, I
can't
can
tell
tell
me,
you.
can you?
I can tell
But
you.
here
I
we
can tell
go.
you. I just want you go do your research and you come back and you tell me what you think.
No. I asked you, what are the quality wins on y'all schedule since you got all this to say about East Side ain't played nobody and stuff like that. You tell me what's the quality wins on y'all schedule. Tell me.
Where was these questions at last year?
It wasn't there because
Why these
we didn't have that. We didn't have
why these questions popping up all of a sudden when
because of the mass exodus, bro.
we're a little bit down, but
You
now
ain't gonna make my mashed
you,
potatoes.
you
Yeah.
feel so comfortable asking these questions this year, but for the past 8-9 years,
Bro,
I ain't
we
never
ain't
heard
talking
these
about the
questions.
past. I'm talking about this season. Tell me again, what are the quality wins on y'all schedule this year? Give me the
You
quality
go
wins. Since you
you
basically
go
putting
take a
each
look.
side
You
down.
go take a look
Tell
and you
me your
tell me.
quality wins.
You go
Tell
take a
me
look and
your
you
quality
tell me.
wins. You can't tell me.
This ain't
You
this
can't
ain't
tell
about
me because
3A
the
North.
quality
This
wins
ain't
beat
about
y'all this
3A
year.
North City Grove right now.
Okay, so Mr. Brown says that Coach Bama should win Coach of the Year in 4A for Stockbridge.
No,
Uh,
no, no.
okay. Um,
Mary's coach will.
Mr. What's going on, Mr. Rollins? Burke County has Laney, and he said they're gonna whip them and whip them good. Mr. Wembley says Cartersville and Creekside will play for the 4A state championship. Dwayne says Perry the only ones that's gonna win it. So they are the only ones that matter. Barry wants to know why Stars Mill is so low.
That's on AJC. We don't have stars in the rank.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I'm gonna tell you is peep their resume, and you'll understand why.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Stokes, Toones County, Savannah Christian. I'm assuming you one or the other. Marquis said y'all better than the young and the restless. Uh,
We try. We do
he
what we
said
can
sound
to.
like y'all.
We do
Uh,
what we can to make the fans happy.
yeah. How you doing, Mr. Brooks? Let's see. Seems like they've been on a 3-day fast. Sound like a wood chipper. Okay, whatever that is.
They talking about whoever eating in the background.
Oh, it ain't me.
I already ate, so I know it ain't me.
It's not me. Eddie says I'm actually finishing up now. Mr. But that chicken looks so good, y'all. I wish I could show you a picture. Eddie says, Mike, who the Mariners and North Oconee lean on to make plays offensively and defensively? Give me a few names. Thank you, Lee.
I ain't gonna give you no name. I'm just gonna give position. One, that quarterback they got, and them two wing backs they got for Maris. Off the charts. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Quarterback can run and throw, and then they got two wing backs that can run and come out the backfield and catch. And
Okay.
that's just me watching them play against Southwest and Southwest Cab, and I forgot the other team. I don't know why I want to say Lakeside, but it wasn't Lakeside. I saw them play against.
Okay. So
But
we're
I do
five.
want to say one thing about Maris. I do want to say one thing about Maris. Maris runs a multiple offense. They run everything from the wing tee to the spread. Also at that on offense, defense, your typical private school, sound and discipline on defense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So 5A, let's talk about it.
Um, I think it's no disagreement with the top five for both for either polls. What comes into play is Gainesville is the one that is the biggest question that comes in. And then for us, we have Decatur and Sequoia still ranked. We're not showing love to Brunswick. We're not showing love to Woodward Academy. And we are not showing love. Yeah, that's it. Those two teams. I think
My
that's really it.
Well, my apologies to Mr. Williams, Cecil Williams. I did not welcome you to the podcast. So I'm doing that now, sir. Welcome to the podcast. And let me go ahead and read Mr. Wembley's comment. Let me get to it. Give me a minute. He said, I know we have to wait till Wednesday, but after watching Roswell Friday, they might give Milton a run this Friday, and that's a very small might. Before y'all say in what,
And okay.
just hear me out. Roswell looks pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this. Yes, Roswell is a quality team, but Roswell matched up perfectly with Gainesville. Ro- Roswell does not match up that same way against Milton. That's the best way and simplest way for me to put it to you.
I can't do nothing but agree with that.
Cause it's kind of like our buddy Drew said. You know, a lot of teams they match up well against some teams, and it was just that Roswell Gainesville team matched up good. But I don't see Roswell matching up good against Milton like that. I really don't.
Mr. Brown says Milton versus Lee for the state. They will not play in the state championship.
As bad as I wish they would, they won't.
They are on the same side of the bracket, so they can play in the semifinals, but they will not play in the state championship together.
I'm gonna say it now. The winner of that game will win state though.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what else. Mr. Brown agrees with you all. He says Milton will win big versus Roswell. Let's see. And Mr. Wembley also said Gainesville matched up with Milton pretty good. They just got out coached.
Huh?
He said, you were talking about matchups. He said
Yeah.
Gainesville matched up with Milton pretty good. They just got out coached.
We talking about hold on. We talking about in a 42-24 victory for Milton, and you're gonna sit here and say Gainesville matched up well against them?
That's what he said.
Oh, Mr. Wembley, who's your team? Because I see he said something about y'all been talking.
Coffee County. He's
Y'all
talking
been talking.
Go ahead.
Since we came and scrimmage y'all in the OTA last year.
He was talking to Coffee. I mean, he's Coffee. He's
And
talking to
talking to
Thomas
him.
County Central.
Oh.
He's talking to Obadiah. He's a Coffee County fan. Let's see. Oh, Danny would like to know, how does Roswell match up with Lee County? And Dwayne says he has Lee winning the championship. He believes Chroma has got to get one before he leaves.
It would be nice for him to get one before he leaves, just like it would be great for Mr. Hill to get one before he leaves. But let's be real about it. I just don't see it happening this year. Just not the year. Milton is too strong in 5A.
So Lee, you answered Danny's thing. He said, how do you think Lee will match up with Milton? You just think Milton is going to dominate anybody they play?
Well, Lee, he asked about Lee and Roswell, and I think Lee definitely can handle Roswell.
Mm-hmm.
I know because of the Gainesville Roswell matchup, everybody has jumped on the Roswell bandwagon. And I'm not, we've been and out, y'all know, in production meetings and doing things. I talked about Roswell coming into the rankings and stuff when we didn't have them earlier. But Lee County is possibly the second best team in 6A from what it showed going through that gauntlet of a schedule in the toughest region in 5A, the toughest region in 5A, and beating the likes of Thomas County Central, Coffee, and Hoko, which should be this weekend. I won't say beating Hoko because they had yet to play. So I think Lee may be the second best team in the state. But with that being said, I don't think Roswell match up well with Lee at all.
This is one thing I do want to say on this. Between Lee and Milton, their biggest attributes that both teams has are their quarterback. They both got a Tim Tebow 2.0 at quarterback. Um, Lee County has a bigger name running back in the state, but Gainesville has a decent running back also. I think Gainesville, I mean not Gainesville, Milton has the advantage when it comes to receiver play though.
Receiver, tight end, offensive line,
Yeah,
defensive line,
yeah, and
DBs. Like, come on, man.
no, I'm with you, and that's why I'm agreeing with you on Lee County being the second best team in 5A. When it comes to matching up against Roswell, that run back quarterback combination in the backfield is going to be for Roswell right off the bat, plain and simple. That's not against both teams. I don't care how you spin it. You can't defend against two ball carriers in the backfield with the threat of throwing. You just can't do it.
Mr. McDaniel agrees with you all. He said, I've been saying since the summer that Milton is the issue.
Man, we've been saying that since last year.
Danny
When we
Jones,
realized everybody was coming back.
yeah. Danny Jones says, what if Roswell by some chance upsets Milton or Lee County? Then who does the podcast feel will win the championship? TCC?
I wouldn't just say that. I'll say this. I know I said, and I think we all agreed on this podcast, if somebody beat Milton, first off, if Roswell beat Milton Friday, that's not a playoff game. That's just the region game. Okay. Now, if Roswell somehow upset Milton, I feel bad for Coffee and Thomas County Central. Only because they went to avoid Milton until the championship game to having Milton put on their side. So that would have been all for nothing. Now, although I don't think that would happen, if Milton is get upset in the playoffs before the championship game, I can easily see it being a Region 1 5A championship.
Can't disagree with you on that. The only thing I'm gonna add to that is Region 1, you're a Milton fan this Friday.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, not Region 1 because Lee County, it ain't no hope for them. Lee County should be a Roswell fan.
Yeah.
But Thomas County Central and Coffee, whichever way that game go Friday, whoever wins, dap each other up, drink some coffee and eat some Honey Nut Cheerios together or whatever, and cheer for Milton.
Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard what he said, and they're talking to themselves amongst each other in the comments.
Look, and
They're-
by the way, them comments going, I don't think they're gonna be dapping each other up
I
and
know,
drinking
right?
no
That's
coffee
I'm
and
that's
none
listen.
of that.
Sis,
that's why
sis,
I tried to add that in there because it was getting a little messy.
look, Chippy. I said, sis, I'm glad I won't be down there. I want
My Lord.
man. Listen, I don't know where Thomasville playing Friday night, but you stay on the other side of town, man.
We gotta go to Berrien. I won't be nowhere near it.
Okay, good. Cause
Well, y'all still hang 60 on them.
yeah. So let's class 6A.
All right, 6A, we got 1 and 2 the same. 3 and 4, we got switched up. Um, when you get down, once you get to 5, everything gets a little gobbled up. But they're still showing love to Colquitt County to where we're showing love to Norcross and Loudons right now with a key matchup coming up this weekend between Loudons and Valdosta. Um, and depending on who loses that game, depends on if we bring Mill Creek in because going into week 13 of the season.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any comments on 6A?
Just real quick, that Douglas County Carrollton game should be one of the top games in the state. I think followed closely by the Thomas County Central Coffee. But that Douglas Carrollton, man, wow.
Oh, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be a good man. Y'all think Roswell and Gainesville was good last week? This game finna be better.
Mr. Brown says Lowndes is playing good football right now at the perfect time.
I agree.
And they are not in fool's gold.
But
We
here's the
shall
thing.
see.
Everybody in that region pretty much has one loss. That
Mm-hmm.
region champ is coming down to this weekend with a bunch of tiebreakers.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Man,
Valdosta who can beat Lowndes this week, knock them out the box, and Valdosta win the region because they got the nod over Colquitt. I think Richmond Hill has to also take a loss in order for Valdosta to win it. Um, Lowndes has the nod over Valdosta. I'm sorry, Lowndes have the nod over Richmond Hill, and if they beat Valdosta, would have it over them. But Colquitt beat them, so it's just so crazy.
It is a conundrum.
that too. But here's my thing though.
I don't know about
It's
that,
one.
Mr. Brown, because they only had one loss in the playoffs, and I think Camden is in that too. Did Camden and Richmond Hill
Cam,
beat Camden?
Yeah, Richmond Hill
Camden,
beat
no, Camden be, and that's what I was about to bring up. There's one team in that region we're not talking about, which is Camden County, which everybody was riding high on this year, who's sitting in the region at 1-3 right now, going into the final game of the region play against Tiff.
Yeah, see, they
They're
pretty much a
gone.
4 seed. It's gonna come down to Lowndes, Colquitt, and Valdosta. Oh no, I'm sorry, Lowndes, Colquitt, Valdosta, and Richmond for the
Yeah,
playoffs. Camden can be on the outside looking in.
they are. I don't think they're not getting there.
Yeah, it's Camden
And
and Tiff.
that's what I was gonna get at. Camden looking in with they sucking their thumb right now, like, why not? What happened to us? Why y'all do us like that in that region?
Mm-hmm.
But for the
Miss-
Tiff County fan, but real fast for the Tiff County fan, so sorry for your season, but we tried to tell you.
Hey, real quick, Thirst, can you pull that region up and let me know what Richmond Hill's region record is?
Yeah, 2-2.
Okay, so yeah, if Richmond Hills lose the Lowndes, then Camden will get in because Camden have the tiebreaker against Richmond Hill. So you're absolutely right, Mr. Brown.
uh Deshaun says, "Good evening, everyone watching and listening from the ocean on my birthday month, ending cruise until Saturday. Happy birthday, Mr. Suggs, and I hope you are enjoying yourself on the sea. And you got
Enjoy.
plenty of
Enjoy.
motion sickness medicine, and I know you are eating up a storm because that's what you do on a cruise. You eat. If they don't do nothing else on a cruise, they feed you, and they feed you really
Eat,
good.
sleep, and
Oh,
ESF all throughout the cruise.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about
yeah,
the
I'm
rest.
with you on that one, dog.
Yes, sir.
What? What?
I'm just saying that's
You
not
ain't
been
got
my
nowhere to go.
experience. That's not been my
You ain't got
experience.
nowhere to go. You ain't got nowhere to go. That's what you're supposed to
It
do.
ain't like you can't get in the car and drive nowhere, so you can't do nothing but eat, sleep, and health all week long.
Yeah, I mean that's if you go with your significant other. I don't
Now,
go on
you
cruises
can go
with
by
myself.
yourself and still eat, sleep, and health.
No, 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 no. That's not what we do here.
Exactly, Dro.
Uh, well, this
So,
is what we
guys,
do here. This is what we do here. We try and give you entertainment. We do apologize for not doing brackets tonight. We will try and get through all 8 brackets on Wednesday. But we do have a very important question for y'all, for the listeners and the viewers. If you could ask the director of the GHSA any question, what would you want to ask him? That's our question of the day.
Good question. Good question.
good question. What would y'all ask?
What would you ask? What type of proposal would you throw on the table for him?
Hmm. And it's there. I'm sure they're typing them up as we speak. You have any questions that you would like to ask them, a panel? If you had the chance, where would you
Hmm.
ask?
Where the hell y'all get these refs from?
That's a good one. Um, Dro says, will they move the championship games back to the weekend? Obadiah said, my question is, why do y'all support North Georgia more than South Georgia if it's not about the money? Okay,
Okay. Okay.
that's a good one.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Mr. Root said, how long would the private school 3A down, basically,
Wait
playoff
a minute.
format going to last?
I'm sorry, Mr. Brown. I read what
2026.
Well, we know it's a 3-year cycle, but what he's saying is, do they
will they
repeat it?
continue it?
Yeah.
Are they going to evaluate it and change it? Um,
Yeah, they're gonna come back and reevaluate and change it in 2025. No, I'm sorry, 2026 season going into the 2027 season.
so you're saying that the power rankings will go away. That's
No,
your other
I'm
opinion.
not saying they're gonna go away. All I'm saying is they're gonna reevaluate what they did.
Oh, yeah,
And
we
if they
know that.
decide to make
We
a
know
change and a
that.
reclassification, it's gonna happen at the end of 2025 going into the 2026 season.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we
do
know
you?
that.
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that. But do you think that they will
Yes.
continue? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think the power rankings are gonna go away. And I think they're
Mm-hmm.
going to go back. I would like for them to go back to the original format of putting private back in their own classification,
Yeah.
like they had before.
Yeah.
Any other questions y'all would ask the GHSA director? Another question to them people up north: why are y'all in GPB pockets to determine what game they cover? If this was anybody else, I'd be like, you would not go up to the GHSA director and ask them that directly. But knowing you, Obadiah, you would
Yes, he
definitely do
would.
that. So I'm not gonna say that you would, but um, yeah,
Oh, come on, y'all listeners. I mean, this the GHSA director. Y'all
this
get
is
on here, you talk about your games, you talk about everything, and we will not want to know what would y'all ask him.
like seriously. If you can have a conversation with this man, a professional conversation like your mama and daddy taught you.
And
What
Oscar Mayer just can't be professional at all.
he said, who hired him? Because they hire anybody. You would not ask that. Well, shit, you would. You do it too. But listen, if you could hold a conversation with him and say it was your job, if you were a reporter, what would you ask him? Why did y'all? Marquis says, why did y'all change the playoffs in 2A to a point system format? Mr. Brown says, why y'all been cheating Peach County all these years? That's a great one. I definitely asked that. They hate us because they ain't us. That's the answer.
And this is his first year in the office, Mr. Brown. So he
That
hadn't
would
been
be
a
a
part of that
dumb
regime.
question anyway.
Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you for taking my call. My question to you is, how come you all do not support South Georgia?
Okay.
Mr. Hurst says, how do the same refs do Thomas County High School and Thomas County Central games? Thomas County Central had the same refs in Houston County. Okay.
Now, oh wow, that's a good question, Sean.
Can we get these state title games on UGA and Georgia Tech campuses?
That's a good question.
Right.
Now, Obadiah, the new GHSA director son is a coach on Camden, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't start checking on some of that South area and stuff a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions y'all will ask? What takes you so long to deal with all of the bad officiating that has determined the outcome of season games, but mainly region and championship games? That's Danny. Oscar says, when I'm late for my son's game, why y'all don't start the game over? I'm trying to be on time. I promise you need a check.
Oscar, all I can tell you on that one, put in some PTO to leave work a little early.
Tell your boss to kiss your butt. You gone. Do that.
Got a blast.
And I guarantee you'll get to your baby game every Friday on time.
On time. Be the first one in the stadium if you choose to be.
He said, my bad, this isn't Friday. No, this is if you were to have a professional conversation. If you were to go to the GHSA and you want to sit down and talk to the director, and he said, come on into my office. Let's have a discussion. What you want to know?
What is it about Georgia high school football or Georgia high school sports that you would like to see changed or modified, adjusted?
Oscar say he can't get no PTO. He all out of time.
He said, oh, how are y'all letting the public schools up in North Georgia recruit kids to schools, get away with them? I don't know. Same way they let them private schools do it.
Same way the schools in the South were doing it for years.
Oh, Lord.
What?
Never been the case.
Lies and garbage. Lies and garbage.
South now.
We
What
ain't
you
gotta
talking
go
about?
there.
Thirsty.
We ain't gotta go there. We ain't gotta go there,
Y'all
man.
don't know too much.
I'm tired of having that conversation. But y'all know what it is.
Yeah, we do. That's the
We do
point that
know.
we try to make you to understand.
But we've had this
Y'all
conversation.
y'all had House Bill 250 before we 5250 before we had it up here.
Just
Not at all.
We just modified it to fit
lies,
us.
fallacies, and distortions.
Let's say lies and garbage. Lies and garbage.
Dwayne says Valdosta, Lowndes, and Colquitt have been recruiting for years.
So
But I ain't the one to say nothing though.
So say the Brooks County guy.
I'm
My.
I'm gonna say all I'm gonna say is this a man, may he rest in peace, that lived in Middle Georgia by the name of Robert Davis. And I'm just gonna say it was some children on Green Street that went to school on South Davis Drive that ain't had no business, and I'm just gonna let it go.
It's all over Hopkins County.
It don't happen in South Georgia.
Not to the extent that it happens up there. And I mean, the school that we named, they are powerhouses, and they had coaches in place that could pretty much do what they want to. The majority of the schools did not do that, and they still don't. Up in North Georgia, that's all they do. Matter of fact, it went from 4 classifications to 5 classifications because Tom Murphy was upset because they couldn't get a championship up there because Valdosta was winning them, or Warner Robins or somebody was winning them. So that's why we even got 5 classifications to do, and then they just went crazy with it. So yes, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I'm gonna tell you the other difference, in my opinion. In the South, they tell on each other. The North, they just like, okay, we'll get another stub because the majority of the population is in that area. So if they lose out on a stud, they'll just go grab another one. Not in South Georgia, that you don't have as many, so they gonna tell.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
Um. Oh my God, Mr. Farley, it's okay because I know you would really say this in person. If you're gonna say it with your chest at the state championship game, halftime game, don't kiss grass when you present the state championship trophy. Whoo. Dwayne says, look at where the Valdosta quarterback comes from and why you say that from Brooks. I've seen it. I know Valdosta was doing it in the 90s and Colquitt didn't get no speed until Probst got there. Mr. McDaniel said, I remember playing Lowndes and 2 weeks later playing Valdosta. You're seeing the same guy playing for both. Unless Buddy got a twin or something, but I highly doubt that. Mr. Little said, Lowndes quarterback, he's from Madison along with a couple of other players. I'm glad to see you back, Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Butt said, forget a question. Tell him we getting a 50-mile radius before multiplier kick in south of Macon. So the question is, so that's your question, right, Mr. Butts? Or that's your proposal that making sure that there's a 50-mile radius before the multiplier kicks in. Well, then the multiplier, I think, would be obsolete if that happened. If you don't have to count a kid that's within 50 miles of your school, then the multiplier would basically go away. I think that's too
That don't even sound right.
That's broad.
That's a tad bit excessive. Maybe 15. I mean, I like the concept actually. A 15, 20-mile radius is fine with me.
Okay. You know
Mr.
what
Brown
though?
said y'all telling.
You know what though? If you are the only public high school in the county, that's what you would want, something like that. But you can't apply that same rule across the board.
That's why I said South of Macon, bro.
He did
And
say
that's what I'm
something.
saying. Keep it fair for everybody.
Mr. Robinson, y'all stop. Mr. Brown said y'all stop telling. Dwayne said, "Now, Dwayne, I can't commit no crime with you because you gonna be like little Daryl
But
in there."
here's the thing, Dwayne. Just because a kid is from another high school playing for another school don't mean that they're being recruited.
He said Lee County still Chris County players. That's who brought that. That's who they bought the rocket ship from. Oh my goodness. I mean, all of y'all are crazy. All of y'all are crazy. All of you all are crazy. Like that 15-mile radius, I mean, 50-mile radius would not work in Columbus. It just wouldn't.
But if you listen to what he said, it makes sense, though.
Yeah, I like the concept.
No. He said it don't sound right. What you think they doing in the metro?
Yeah.
Man, you can barely go 5 miles before you hit another school in the metro.
I know, but you ain't recruiting from the school 5 miles away. You recruiting from the school that's 50 miles away.
No, we ain't.
Oscar said, "Did Dwayne work for the JHSA feds?" He telling.
Hey, Yeah,
Bear
no.
says, oh, y'all telling on everybody. Bear telling too. Mr. Map says, I would ask, why did they change the playoff schedule by not playing on Fridays after Thanksgiving?
Good one.
Dude,
That's a good
we had
one.
this conversation. I mean, we already know the answer to this from last year.
You
Last
go
minute deal made with the Mercedes Benz. NFL schedule's already made 2 years out. With college bowl games scheduled 2 to 3 years out, and the Atlanta
United.
United scheduled for 2 to 3 years out.
and the
Do you?
fact that was a different regime. Also, I
Yeah,
don't think we could get a direct answer, besides what we've already come up with.
yeah. And then bottom line on top of that, do you really want to be sitting outside at City Park Stadium?
I think that's the main issue. That was the main issue with Georgia State. The elements always suck. So
It
I
was
mean,
that
That
it was
time and
raining.
just
Yeah, it was raining and cold for the 2 years we had it there.
that
yeah,
cause y'all were there, you evil folks.
Hey, don't get mad because y'all wasn't. But I'm just
No,
saying though.
what we wasn't. If we were there, it would be bright and sunshiny.
Well, maybe y'all should have been there because me and my children didn't enjoy being in the rain.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
what you say? What you say? It would have been all peachy.
all peachy,
All
all
peachy. It
peachy.
wasn't you. It wasn't you, sis. It was them gasless saints.
But that's
And
what
them
I'm trying to
damn
Uh-huh.
say.
lilac fairies.
How
Mhm.
dare we call Savannah the atheist, and we still call Cedar Grove saints? I'm just curious to know.
Cause listen,
City
listen,
Grove, cause
folk
City
church,
Grove,
listen, cause church
hey, City
folk
Grove
and
didn't
church
cheat
call
against y'all.
themselves saints, and you know, and I know half the folks you go to church with sure ain't saints, but they call themselves saints, so we'll call them that too. But we know the deal.
Nah, see what it is. See, we didn't cheat you when we beat you. We just beat you straight up.
Oh, shut up! Stop
Where's
living
the
in the
lie at?
past.
Where's the lie at? Where's the lie at? That's all
Stop,
I'm asking.
stop living in the past. And
First
Well,
round of the
you know what?
playoff.
Hey, this all I'm gonna say. 2017. Stop claiming it.
If everything play out like it's supposed to, Cedar Grove will have to come to Peach County first round of the playoff, and we're gonna
yeah,
tear them
Yeah,
a new mouth, a
I'm
whole
sorry to
new
tell you.
mouth.
One, number one, sorry to tell you, you ain't getting a number one seed. And
We
number
ain't getting
two,
one.
sorry to tell you, and number two, sorry to tell you, we ain't gonna be at that 32 seed.
No,
uh,
y'all gonna be 31. We gonna be 2.
It ain't finna happen, bro.
uh, Obadiah says, why did they move Maris back to 4A and not you know who?
Who is you not? Who is you know who?
The
Yeah.
TC,
If
the
you
TCC Yellow Jackets, man.
if you can say it, no, don't throw no shade. Say it with your chest, Obadiah.
Obadiah is a TCC fan. What he's saying is, why did they move Maris back and not them?
Cause Mary petition.
If he, I don't know, Danny.
Hold
By
on, hold
falling,
on, hold on. Do I need to pull the numbers up again on that?
by
Oh
falling.
Lord, no! I'm sick of talking about Cedar Grove and Peach County. I ain't reading
Ain't that,
nothing else about Cedar Grove and Peach County tonight. I'm done. Shit. Now,
oh,
Well, all
oh,
right.
She pulled a
uh,
mic then, didn't she?
I'm
yeah.
saying
yeah.
between the two of them, somebody gonna clap in the background for us all over with tonight.
Mr. Wembley said, "What team played in the championship a couple of years back? It was Rob because the refs called a run. Oh, baby, that was them. Yeah, I got a picture of the referee and his name. If I
Oh, but
ever
you were
see
talking
him,
about it now, though.
I drop kick his ass in the face. Um, yeah, I drop kick him in the face. I know what he looked like too. Y'all, he ugly too. I hope you listening. You're ugly, and them glasses look crooked and thick. Um, yeah, I don't see nothing else of any.
Especially not the last comment.
I don't see a last comment. I don't read nothing. I don't read comments from nobody's.
Ooh,
Let's see. So that's it. Okay. So y'all really wouldn't have no questions to ask the GHSA director other than, so it sounds like to me, other than Obadiah, y'all think they're doing a good job.
That what it sound like.
Or that you don't have any ideas or suggestions that they could do to make the GHSA better? Do y'all have any? Maybe that's the question we should ask. What suggestions would you give them to do things better? How
Man,
would you propose?
look at Oscar, man.
He said he might be ugly, but he got paid. That night he damn sure got paid. I believe that. I believe that. Dwayne, I'm tell you, I don't know either. I don't even know why they kicked to him in the first place, but we ain't fixing to go there. You know, God knows what he was doing, and he saw how the future would play out. So we just gonna let them have that. Do y'all have any more questions, comments, or concerns? Because I do have one more side to cook so that I can eat. It's already late. You see, I love y'all loyal listeners because I'm usually eating late on Mondays and Wednesdays. I can't do my dinner because I'm here talking to you, which I love, and I thank y'all so much. But I'm not gonna be here till 10 o'clock because I don't want to eat my dinner at 10 o'clock. So
Man,
yeah.
I like Dwayne last comment there though.
Put the championships back at home and the semis at home. That's a great question. Why because I liked it when they did the semis in the Georgia Dome. Gave more kids access to playing in that. I just liked it better when it was home and home. Marquise, Mr. Coach Campbell is at Westfield, I think. He's doing pretty good.
Doing great. They won their first region championship in 12 years, if I'm correct. But he won a region championship for the Westfield Hornets.
And congratulations to Coach Campbell and the Westfield Hornets. Congratulations to them. Just for the people that's talking with their chests up poked out, play indoors. Probably not now, but just soon. Ooh, okay. That was some more shade. Yeah. Yeah. I'm with it. Who benefits from the games in the dome in Atlanta?
The best team, Danny. Best team. I don't think nobody really benefit because if your team is there, you're going to be there. Not like the North Georgia teams have an advantage playing in the dome versus South Georgia because majority of the time when South Georgia is there, the whole damn city travel. So
I'm
gonna be honest. I think the players benefit more because they get the experience being in an NFL stadium,
That's
which
why
is
I like.
something. Yeah, which is something that they don't get all the time. It's special. You make it to the state championship, you get to feel like an NFL player because you're in their locker rooms.
Yeah, that's
You're
why I
in
liked
their
it.
facility.
That's why I liked it when the semifinals were there because more kids got to experience being in the NFL locker room. So
Nah, screw
and I
that.
know it's a championship, and that should bring some sort of benefit, but let's be clear, you only have a 4% chance of winning the state championship every year. Only 4%. So
And
I think, doing semifinals there would be great. And yeah.
but at the same time though, I know for the panel, y'all know I encourage playing out of state for a high school team to play out of state because it gives the kids an experience that they may never get again. Because three-quarters of that team is not going to play college ball. But to get the experience of going to play out of town, experience a different atmosphere, a different city, it's something for the kids to to enjoy, to experience. Because a lot of these kids will probably never leave Georgia unless they actually join the military or somehow find a way to find some way to go to school out of state.
Yeah. Dwayne says they should put the teams in hotels the day before the games or jag
J-
them. What's that?
GSS ain't got the money for that.
Yeah, at the discounted rate. They're not
have them.
I'll have them at a discounted rate. Well, here's the thing: GHSA is they're not gonna dole the money out, and GHSA always gets their money off the top, regardless. And so they definitely ain't trying to give it back to you.
But most teams do are in a hotel the day before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a cost
Those,
incurred.
yeah, yeah, those teams that are traveling, in excess of 2 hours, yeah, they
it
normally
really
come
don't.
come and
It
stay
just
overnight.
all depends. Yeah, it all depends on your booster. You know what I'm saying? Your booster
Right.
club, touchdown
Yeah,
club. They the ones that's putting those
and that's
kids
what
up. For.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what it comes down, and that's what I was trying to get to. It comes down to the community supporting the booster club.
Hmm.
Because that's where the snacks, that's where the pregame meals come from, that's where the postgame meals come from, that's where a lot of stuff, the tape, the pre-wrap comes from for these players.
Dwayne says small school. I'm gonna get to your comment in a minute, Mr. Bennett. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm a poet and I know it. But I'm gonna read Mr. Little's comment, but I'm coming back to that. And welcome to the podcast. Dwayne says small schools don't have it like that, and I get what he's saying simply because you're already in a small town, and let's be clear, a lot of these small rural towns, the poverty rate is below average. They trying to keep the lights on. They don't have a whole bunch of money to fund that. I think collectively they can do better, but they're limited. They don't have they can't do what Gainesville does. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
he has a point with that. Mr.
Man, y'all just don't really understand. Y'all would be surprised how many of these city schools are scraping and grinding.
Well,
Okay,
ain't Gwinnett County ain't now school. Scraping and
I'm not
grinding in
saying
Gwinnett
I
County.
ain't saying Gwinnett County. I'm talking more or less DeKalb and Fulton and Clayton.
okay, I understand that. However, go to the census and look and see what the poverty rates and stuff are. Um, in small town. And listen, I'm not discounting. I know the blight and all that stuff that's in the city. It's is there, and I know people struggling. They scratching to survive. I get it, but you got a smaller you don't have as many opportunities. So you got a smaller pool of people and a smaller pool of resources. So, collectively, you're just not going to be able to generate as much. It just is what it is. Mr. Bennett says, I would love to know why South Georgia is always treated like a free for all by placing North Georgia teams in our regions, putting Southeast Georgia teams in Region 2 only in
Oh.
5A. My eyes going together. 1, 2, 3, 5A. Never, but in Region 1 in all other classifications. Never playing playoff games in South Georgia instead of traveling to the Dome each year. That's 3 questions. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bennett. Uh, yeah. Mr. Jones says, so why didn't the GHSA do something to highlight those who win the championship game in Atlanta besides them just getting the trophy? Exactly what else they
What?
supposed to do?
They get a trophy and they get money. The schools get money.
And they get to play in the bins. I'm
I mean, what more? I mean, do you want GHSA to pay for the rings too for all 8 classifications? I mean, GHSA is, hold on, wait, let me finish on this. The GHSA is giving both teams, the championship and the runner-up, a medal. That's what GHSA on the GHSA is doing, and giving the winner money. Outside of that, what else should the GHSA be doing?
how you doing, Mr. King Hustle Athletic Trainer? How you doing? Welcome. You were he was on the podcast Friday night. King Hustle came in and talked to us, and he told us about all the great things that he's doing down there in Southwest Georgia, specifically Thomasville. He has a new building down there. So if you're in the area and your kid needs to be trained in football, basketball, or any other sport, track, I think, make sure that you reach out to him and reach out to his page, King Hustle Athletic Training. Um, Wayne says we've had South Georgia teams travel to the Dome for championship games. Why? Dwayne said I coached a travel ball and all our travel funds came out of pocket because they don't put funds behind sports. You're very
Okay,
welcome, Mr.
hold on.
King.
I want to say this. I'm gonna comment on both these two comments, Mr. Little. It's the same way in a lot of programs to where It's the booster club is limited because the parents aren't contributing nor paying the fees. That's one. Number two, Mr. Bennett, you're in South Georgia. Championship games are played in Atlanta. Why are you complaining? If you're having to travel to Atlanta, that's a good thing for a championship game. What's the problem?
He's talking about he's talking about the it's a lot, you know.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it because for the simple
Listen,
fact,
do
your
you have
team.
far
Not,
equipment
hold on,
in
hold on, hold on, hold on,
TCC?
hold on. Let me talk. TCC, you ran 15-0. You was highlighted. Your last game was highlighted statewide in the biggest stadium in the state of Georgia, the most elaborate stadium in the state of Georgia at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Your team got to enjoy the benefits of being behind the scenes and living it up as if they was an NFL player before they got on that field, can sit back and say, I played on the same field that Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson played on to their kids. What's the problem? They got a lifetime memory there. What's the issue?
Ma-
Where you want the game at? In Valdosta State Stadium? At Mercer Stadium?
He said make North Georgia travel. He said it's not a good thing if it's never held outside of Atlanta. He said TCC.
You're missing the whole point about giving those kids the experience, man. That's what you're missing out on. And having the right to tell the story and the memory of playing on that field. Because you as a spectator would never get a chance to set foot on that field like those players did.
Okay, so Dwayne says TCC's tight end got a D1 scholarship off of that platform. So that's to your point, Mike. Mr. Bennett says, who cares if they played in the dome or the bins? Travel is the issue.
No, it ain't. You want me to tell you why? I know this ain't Friday night, but I'm gonna say it like this. That's bullshit. You want me to tell you
No.
why I say it's bullshit? Who we talking about right now? 5A, right? Y'all do understand, and I'm gonna show y'all this graphic. I'm gonna show y'all the graphic. 5A. You gonna sit up here and tell me travel is the issue when you got 10 days to figure out your travel? You got from December 6th to December 16th to figure out your travel.
Miss
That's
Lashley.
BS. That's BS.
Miss Lashley said, well, I think his thing is North Georgia doesn't have to travel very far, and they have to travel very far. I think the thing is unfortunate. Like, okay, so if we were in Alabama, Montgomery, the capital, which is a horrible capital, you really need to move to Birmingham, Alabama, but that's not the issue. Montgomery is in the middle of the state, so north and south they don't have a whole, I mean, they travel equal amount of time. I think what Mr. Bennett is saying is that those North Georgia teams really don't have to travel far. I mean, if they're traveling from like Coosa or something, then that's up to by Chattanooga. It's about 4 hours away from Atlanta. So I get what you're saying. But Miss Miller Lashley, welcome to the podcast. She said we as parents love making that trip to Atlanta. Dwayne says the kids care. The kids care. We all wanted to play in the dome. He said here he's talking about all non-Atlanta teams. Mr. Wilkins says TCC doesn't have a problem in traveling. We're coming deep. And he said, yes, Alabama has a right. It's just that what I'm saying is, well, actually, Mr. Bennett, I'm just saying Alabama, I think they play the state championships at Legion Field. That's actually in Birmingham, closer to North Alabama. My point was the capital of Georgia, where the I guess the epicenter of all things economic and growth and everything is in Atlanta, and it just so happens to be closer to it's in North Georgia. So it's just a location thing. Now,
I'm not, man.
basketball they playing Macon, so that's the middle of the state, and that's where everybody comes. But Macon does for football, and Georgia's a football state. But let's be clear, basketball is kind of an afterthought. For football, Macon does not have the facilities to house 6 championship games. Like I can't think of anywhere in Macon,
Make it
Georgia.
eight, eight, 8 championship games and actually 10 games in 3 days
Yeah,
is what they're doing.
it's
Because you got
So
to
like
include on the girls flag football.
yeah, but and again, I'm not saying Mr. Bennett is wrong. I'm pointing out the differences in the arguments. I get what Mr.
No,
Bennett
I'm
is
with
saying.
you. I get what.
Everybody can't travel from time. I know most of the people can, but everybody can't travel all the way to Atlanta from. That's a long way. I drove the bank. Well,
And
I
this
didn't drive.
and
Will
this is what I'm
drove.
saying. And this is what I'm saying. For those that are able, help those that can't. Buy them a bus
so
ticket. Buy them a bus ticket. Let them ride with you.
okay, so now being that we've experienced this just a few years back, there plays a factor where you're only limited to so many buses you can get. So there's still people that are going to be left behind. Whereas if those games were like how they used to be, semifinals played in Atlanta and the championship games are played at home, you one
Hmm.
still got that upper level experience, but now you get to go home and play with your home crowd.
Okay. This is my question. This is how I'm gonna answer your question like this. Peach County fans,
Yes.
do y'all have a problem with state championship games being played in the dome versus being played at somebody else's home stadium?
You can't ask us because
No, no, no. I'm asking y'all because I know what your answer is, and I'm leading up to something. I just need your true and honest answer. That's
I
all I want.
don't I don't care because I mean I don't mind. I've witnessed both, right? I've won
Mm,
state championships at the house and I've won them in the Georgia Dome. Yeah. I've won them in Atlanta. So I, it's difficult. It doesn't bother
okay,
me either way. And the reason I
okay.
say that you can't really ask somebody from Peach County or one of Robbins or Macon because we are in the middle of the state. It don't matter if we go to
No,
Atlanta.
no,
It
no,
don't
no,
matter if we
no,
go
no,
to
no, no, no.
Valdosta.
Your
As far as
location is
travel,
not. Your location is the same. Your location has nothing to do with my question. My
okay.
question applies to you and to Cedar
Um.
Grove. Here's my thing. There is something that has been implemented that can only be done at the Georgia Dome now, at the Mercedes-Benz right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
therefore, what I'm getting at is to
yeah.
take to help remove that cheating factor of the referees out of it. It's
Replay.
going to be played at the Benz.
Yeah, because it is
It's going to happen.
logistically difficult. It's logistically impossible. Like if you play every game, eight different games all around the state, it's logistically impossible to have replay stuff. But see,
And
and the
that's
reason I say that, I mean, you're right. I would have definitely, but I guess I didn't get the answer to your question because when I was there, the replay didn't come in the fact, because they didn't have
exactly,
it
and
yet.
that's why, because the same question I asked you, I would ask any other City Grove fan. Do you feel comfortable with a state championship game being played at the Benz versus being played at someone's backyard stadium
Mm-hmm.
in this
Well,
in
I
this
get what
day
you're
in
saying.
this day and time? And the answer is going to be in the Benz for the simple fact the refs, for one, are going to get taken out as a factor if needed on
Yeah,
certain plays.
yeah, I get
It's
it.
Well,
just
You're
well,
right.
real quick, and I just been listening, but I'll say, I think, um, I think alternating from the Benz, Macon, and say Valdosta would benefit to be an even thing. Now,
nah,
Macon,
nope.
Mercer has an outdoor field. but Mercer has the TV cameras and all set up. Considering Mercer games are broadcast on ESPN3, but they have the capabilities of that camera and replay option.
Most
So
colleges do.
Man,
exactly,
ain't nobody trying to sit outside in the middle of December.
you had no problem when it was at Park.
Georgia State.
We had a problem with it because you saw everybody up under the cover in the end zone or on the visitor side.
Okay,
No, the
well,
home side. Trying to
but
take cover from the rain and the wind and the cold.
I think the GHSA has a problem with it being outside because they lose money because nobody was at that game. I mean, some people were, but like on Saturday, you think them City Girl folks showed up like that?
no,
I didn't see them.
Because it was cold outside, cold and wet.
It was cold, and y'all were at the house. Y'all had to travel less than 20 minutes, which kind of goes to Mr. Bennett's point too. You had to travel less than 20 minutes, whereas West Sandy Creek did too. But say you played somebody down Thomasville was in 3A at the time. So what
And
you had that had to
Thomasville
have?
and Fitzgerald both. Like we all
Yeah.
traveled and we all had to sit out there in the rain.
Because
Cause
you
we
ain't
we
coming all the way
traveled
to
for that
Atlanta.
game. We don't live 20 minutes down the street. So I ain't pay for no Airbnb and pack my family up just to come up here and say, okay, well, we're gonna stay inside because it's raining. No, we're going to this game.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If that game had been played say that game was played at the ones, it still would have been the same attendance. But but here's the thing though. Here's the thing, and this is the biggest thing that a lot of people are not looking at when it comes to the GHSA and these championship
bro, the
games.
ones that can't accommodate nobody.
Well, man, the
They
ones
can
that can hold
accommodate the Cedar Grove fan.
6,500 people. What you talking about?
It
That
hold
ain't
how many?
enough. That's not enough.
6,500.
That's not enough.
On
And
one side,
Memorial can
bro, ain't
hold
no way the ones that hold 6,500 folks, man. But
Yeah,
Connor
well,
Talbot,
65
no, Wayne.
and Memorial can hold 15,000.
No,
yeah, I believe
Wayne.
that for Memorial.
I mean, a one-sided stadium can't. I mean, BT Harvey Stadium, Morehouse Stadium hold 9,000 people, so it's
But
possible.
but here's my thought though. But here's my thing. One thing a lot of people not looking at is GHSA. They're not going to make any money with games being played at a school stadium because they are not controlling the gate. They control the
They,
ticket. Hold on. They control the ticket prices. Yes, they're going to charge you $20 to get into a state championship game at the Beans. Guess what? $10 of that money is already going to GHSA. That other 10 is going to the school that you bought the ticket for
mm-hmm,
because that's what the school normally gets
mm-hmm. I
off the
told
top.
you, GHSA gets their money off the top. Like
Yeah,
you don't pay
it's
nobody
business.
till you pay them.
And that's the thing that people are not understanding and don't want to talk about is the GSSA is about the money because they don't pay the referees because guess who pay the referees? The home school.
Let's see. Miss Miller is she's Miss Miller Lashley. She's making some good points. She said said I see what Wayne is saying. To some, it might be rough to travel, but best believe it was a huge highlight for our boys to walk on that field. It's a whole vibe. We're coming from South Georgia. She also said our school does shuttle buses. It's literally $14 a person. Some folk don't have $14 though, Miss Lashley. King Cornelius says everybody cares. Home is home. Danny said I'd rather play on our field because it becomes a great thing for the community. Um, Wayne says refs cheating doesn't occur at the bins. It does, but they can do replay now after they done cheated. They've cheated at
Tell me,
least three teams that I know.
who got
And
cheated last year? Who got cheated last year?
because they had replay, so
No, but
there.
that's my question though. Who got cheated last year
Nobody I know.
at the bench?
I know at least three people that have been cheated before replay came in the thing. I'm not talking about last year.
Now, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. But I'm just saying today with replay in place, who got cheated last year? Nobody.
Nobody I know. She said I feel that space is also a big thing. Um Danny says, why are we still having issues with the cheating referees? Because human nature and people are who they are. Dwayne says, I do enjoy being able to see all the games live now instead of picking one and going to it and missing the others. Okay, that's a great point. Wayne, I guess that's when I was talking about Cedar Grove. He said, "See, you had a backyard stadium." Um, Mr. Little says, "Does Mercer have the stadium to accommodate all the fans because Valdosta doesn't? Valdosta alone will fill that stadium." Mercer,
I think
it's,
they got I think they got at least 12,000,
I think they got
12,000 seat
12,000.
stadium.
Yeah. I think Fort Valley has 10,000, and they have 12,000. I don't know
But
how
it
much
comes down. But the
Georgia
other part
Southern
that
can accommodate. They don't mean it doesn't have to be Valdosta. It can be Georgia Southern. They definitely can
what
accommodate.
well, it's not just the stadium though. Do they have accommodations around the stadium to accommodate teams coming into town and staying overnight?
I don't see.
That's
Yeah,
that's the other part of it too that
Macon
people don't
does.
look at.
Macon does. Valdosta should. Statesboro should because they have like game day. Fort Valley, no, no, but you know.
And ain't nobody and y'all think traveling to Atlanta is bad? You talking about traveling up to the University of Georgia?
Oh baby, mm-mm.
That's even
That's
worse. That's an
that's
hour and a
worse.
half.
That's an hour. Athens is an hour from the South Carolina line. Exactly an hour from the South Carolina line. So yeah.
And don't even say Georgia Tech, 'cause that's an extra 15 minutes past Ben Stadium.
What's going on, Mr. Crookham? I'm sorry I didn't speak to you earlier. We talked about Lincoln County a little bit earlier. Y'all got a big game, and Mr. Map says they are coming for you. And Dwayne says Valdosta doesn't have the parking. He is exactly right. They don't have the parking. He said it's travel each year. He said that's the issue. Um,
Again, how is the travel the issue when the community is supposed to be supporting the Booster Club?
Good night,
It's
Mr.
not
Robert.
making sense.
Well, then that you digging, you going deeper in some trenches that this we ain't got time to discuss tonight. Because if your
Mm,
boosters, if you in the South and you got boosters, I'm pretty
baby.
sure it's some bull sugar going
Yeah,
on within
yeah, and
that
it's the
itself.
same thing. It's the same thing up here, but at the same time though, that's where y'all, the parents,
Good
community,
night, Mr. Robert.
pull their card and say, "Hey, look, I'm paying so much money for my kid to play football, and then on top of that, I'm giving money to the booster by doing this and doing that. Where's this money going? I need to see receipts."
Okay. You, and I get what you're saying. I get what everybody's saying, but listen, you're right. But listen, when you working two jobs and you trying to do all this, then that's just not your priority. You know what I'm saying?
No, no, I'm not gonna say that, Jack, because I've been there and done it. Just like my son, I had to travel down to Benedictine to play and to get their butt whooped.
Mike, your
I'm just saying. I'm
situation
just
is
saying.
different than a lot of
No,
these
no, no, no,
parents.
no. I'm not saying my situation. I'm saying some of the people on that team. Hey, we got some kids that came up short. Can parents help out? All right, cool. Here you go. Made up the difference for them because I understand everybody ain't got it. I ain't have it growing up, but my son got it growing up. Hell, I'm out there with my mama selling fish plates to help raise money for us to travel up to Cartersville and to travel down to Albany. So I get it.
And it sounds great. It sounds great philosophically, but what I'm saying to you is realistically, I don't know that that's going to happen. And I think Mr. Bennett knows that that's not going to happen either.
And
So,
we
Especially
aren't
not,
living in those times.
especially not in
yeah,
middle and South Georgia, bro. That's a whole
yeah,
other level.
it's a whole nother animal is what I'm trying to tell you.
Bro.
It's a whole nother animal. Like small, I'll move to small town USA for a couple of years. You'll understand what we're talking about. It's
Nope,
a
because I like the
it's
pace. Nope, because I like the pace of the big city.
It's because it's different,
We
right? That's what
wonder
I'm trying to
why.
tell you. It's different,
Y'all,
baby.
shit, y'all drive too slow down there for me.
Hmm. Okay, Mr. Crookle says Lincoln has the best backfield in their division. We'll find out Friday night, won't we, Mr. Crookle?
Yeah, we will. But anyway, y'all, we going on. Man, we 2 minutes away from
And
10 o'clock.
I just said I wasn't gonna eat at 10 o'clock. And look what y'all got me doing. I love y'all. Let me read these couple of comments and then we're gonna get out of here. Mr. Matt says once Nick Hyder from Valdosta and Larry Campbell from Lincoln County retired, playing in your home stadiums was over. Those coaches had a lot of pull. Uh-huh. Yep.
Hmm.
4 or 5 hours one way for South Georgia versus 1 hour for North Georgia.
Whatever.
See, it don't bother you because I'm telling you,
No, it just it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me.
it don't. That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
I want you to move to Fort Valley, Georgia. I want you to go on and move over there to Lakeview and Fort Valley. Okay, Marvin Gardens. Can you move to Marvin Gardens?
That'll work.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm moving the house in Canada. Damn that. If I'm coming down
no,
there, I'm moving. I'm living in the house in Canada.
no, move to Marvin Gardens.
2025.
Move to
I'm at
Marvin
26.
Gardens. Move to Marvin
You
Gardens.
you
Hold
coming to
hold
House of Canada in 2026?
hold on, yo. You been to the house? Do you think I finna give up my living conditions?
I hope not.
No comment.
Yep,
So,
moving right along.
oh, this is getting messy. So, with that being said, thank y'all guys so much for your input. Thank y'all for listening to us. We appreciate it. I just really can't believe that the season is almost over. I just want to cry. But
2
we're
more
getting
weeks.
to that time. We're getting to that time. The rubber's meeting the road, and the excitement is building. Make sure that y'all come back on Wednesday, where the Wizard is going to talk about his predictions, and we're just going to do play scenarios about the playoffs. Thank y'all so much. Anything else y'all got to say?
Nah, tune in Wednesday, man. Love y'all.
Good night.
Bye.
Night night.